And it is a football Friday here on Kincade and Salciunas 97.5, The Fanatic. And it is also a no excuses football Friday, at least for me. I'm looking forward to talking about this upcoming game with my friends John Kincade and Connor Thomas, and you as well at 610-632-0975. I went on the rant earlier in the week. There's just no more excuses, all right? And I'm sticking by that. I don't know how the game plays out, but all I can tell you is there are no more excuses for the Philadelphia Eagles. We all know that the defense is dominant. We all know that this defense is going to be very good, and that will carry into the playoffs, right? We don't think that the last 2 weeks have been a fluke for the Eagles' defense. We think this defense will carry into January and hopefully as far as February. But the Eagles' offense has not shown you that they can carry what they have done into deep into January and into February. They've played good defenses in the Lions and the Packers. They played in tough weather in the Lions and Packers. The wind against the Lions, the cold temperatures against the Packers. All of that nonsense goes out the window Sunday when they play an opponent that does not have as good of a defense. They play indoors. They play on turf. They should be able to move faster. Maybe there should be more separation for some wide receivers who can't keep their mouths shut.
You're sounding sarcastic here.
John, all I'm saying is there are no more excuses for the Eagles offense this Sunday against the Dallas Cowboys. No more excuses for Kevin Patullo. No more excuses for Jalen Hurts. No more excuses for Nick Sirianni or any of the players. The only excuse that you could possibly give, and I know it's a big one, is how it looks without Lane Johnson. But other than that,
really,
there is no excuses for the Eagles offense against this Cowboys team. Good morning.
I got to tell you, the Eagles offense, yeah, you're right. There should be no excuses, except this offensive line is rather shaky. I mean, is that not the straw that stirs the drink?
Big part
for the
of
Eagles,
it, obviously.
In the Eagles' history, their offense it's been because of their dominant offensive line. I don't see a dominant offensive line for them this year, which has then caused the running game to not be as dominant, the passing game not to be as dominant. I don't know. I think that there's a difference between excuses and reasons. I think there are reasons that you could still see this offense struggle enough, but again, I'm confident that they can win a football game and that they will win a football game.
And they better look good doing it. They have to, John, because here's why.
They have to look good. What is looking good? What are you putting on that? It has to be this smooth, sleek-looking win at Dallas?
When 8 o'clock hits or 7:45, whatever time hits and the game's over, I want to be able to say, oh, man, that was better. I'm excited to go into work Monday and talk about it and not worry about drama. Like, that's what I want to see.
Okay.
Because here's why.
That's not unreasonable.
This has nothing to do with me. All right? This has nothing to do with you guys. It has nothing to do with any Eagles fan that's worried about the offense. This, once again, has everything to do with number 11. Everything to do with number 11.
Just like he likes it.
Because if the Eagles have another poor offensive performance, if you think the drama has been annoying or bad, or you can't ignore it over the last 2 weeks, do you think it's going to get any better if they go up against a lesser opponent in the Dallas Cowboys, a defense that is not what Detroit has or what Green Bay has? And if the offense does not look good again, if you think the drama that has come out because of whispers down the lane, or in this case yesterday, just straight up A.J. Brown speaking, do you think it's going to get any better if they don't look good on Sunday?
No, it's not going to get any better. It's not going to get any better as long as this organization is being held hostage by the childish antics of A.J. Brown. It's not going to get any better. Look, the performance on the field can get better.
Absolutely can.
And that's something that we require.
Yeah.
Like, it's absolutely required. But the chemistry, the energy, the positivity, it's not going to be there as long as you have a dark cloud that is continuing to impose whatever break he's having of he's just going to be disruptive and make himself every bit the obstacle that this organization doesn't need. I don't think it's ever going to look good enough because I don't think people are all rowing the canoe in the same direction.
Yesterday, A.J. Brown spoke to the media. So he once again had the media scrum around him, and there was a lot of things that they got into. And I will tell you later on in the show, there was like 2 things that I did like. But that's not going to be the story Because when there's already drama and you add to the drama, that's what's going to be the story. This is when I get frustrated with sometimes people on social media or on our YouTube chat about, oh, you guys make a big deal out of this. And, oh, my God, can you not just talk about the upcoming game? He doesn't allow us to.
He's the one doing this.
And this isn't reports by Diana Rossini that everybody hates for whatever reason. This is A.J. Brown outside of his locker yesterday being asked about the report that there are people upset with Jalen Hurts, and this was his answer.
AJ, there was a report that there was some frustration from players on offense with Jalen Hurts.
Ask me about Dallas. Thank you.
He could have squashed it. He could have lied.
Well, he doesn't have to lie.
He could just say, I don't know. You're Mr. Press Conference. You're very good at these
simple
things.
thing is I would say here's A.J. Brown. You want a simple answer? Reports? Who said that? And the minute whoever's asking goes, well, there are unconfirmed reports or everything. Oh, okay. No, I'm not talking about unconfirmed reports.
And by the way,
let's talk about the game.
By the way, that's what Nick Sirianni did on Wednesday.
Right.
And was there a follow-up question?
No,
because he shut
once
it down.
you shut it down, it's done. But that wasn't A.J. Brown's agenda yesterday.
Ask me about Dallas is basically saying next question, right? Like, and whenever you want to ignore these questions, especially when you've kind of been the epicenter of this drama.
No,
right?
he is the epicenter of the drama.
Like, if, let's say, it was Devontae Smith, and they were like, hey, the reports, and he said something about, ask me about Dallas, you'd probably go, all right, like, he hasn't been the epicenter. The epicenter of the drama has been A.J. Brown. And when he had every opportunity to try to squash it or put a little bit of water on the flame instead of adding a little bit of fuel to the flame, he doesn't do it. He had every opportunity. And before anyone says he just wants to talk about the Cowboys,
yeah, guess what?
I'm going to tell you right now, later on in the show, when we play more clips from A.J. Brown, he felt very comfortable speaking about multiple other topics that did not involve the Dallas Cowboys.
And I can tell you that just doing the deep dive yesterday of all the social media interactions and press clips that he has had since this entire drama began, there's an interesting trend. I'll share that with you a little later.
All right. Well,
interesting trend.
I'm looking forward to hearing this trend
because he is a problem. He's a problem.
Yeah,
he's flat out a problem. And if I hear one more person go, well, you know, AJ has struggled with mental health in his life. Well, the NFL does a better job than anybody on helping people that have mental health struggles. So get some freaking help. Honestly, get some help then.
Well,
you got to get help then because it's available.
It's not that easy. I will continue to say.
Well, if you're continuing to, if you cannot understand that he is disrupting an entire group effort, and he is disrupting all people trying to do something that is their career pursuit, which is, by the way, his career pursuit,
sure,
then you got to take responsibility. He's a grown man with a family and everything. He understands. Mm-hmm. This is becoming. He knows this is a problem. He knows what he's doing, and he's doing it with a purpose. He's doing it with a purpose.
Correct.
And we have to stop making it that, well, you know, poor AJ, you know, he may be, no, there's no poor AJ here. He's he's trying to destroy from within. That's what's happening.
All I know is he could have ended a lot of this yesterday by just squashing it. And he could have. And I already see on our YouTube chat, Renee, one of our great Eagles fans.
Love you, Renee.
He did say, ask me about Dallas. And so I will play you some clips at the bottom of this hour because there were questions not Dallas related.
And he answered them.
That he felt very comfortable answering.
Yeah.
So all he had to do yesterday was try to find a way to squash it instead of basically saying next question.
And then he also decided to throw rocks.
Do you believe Sunday will be the right step to quieting some of this drama? By that, I mean we have a good offensive performance against the Dallas Cowboys for a change. Or do you think we've reached a point of no return where the season's over and you know that A.J. Brown's not on the Eagles after this year? You can text and call in 610-632-0975. Now, coming up next, I can't spend my entire Friday angry or annoyed. I need a little sunshine, and we got that last night. 2-0 and a 50-piece. It's Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5, the Fanatic.
Doc Rivers calls timeout. Whoa, they're watching a star in the Sixers. Tyrese Maxey. He's got 40.
You mean Doc Rivers, the man that wouldn't play Tyrese Maxey his rookie season?
Wait a minute, though. Tyrese has given a lot of props to Doc Rivers.
Yeah, he's the nicest guy in the world. Screw Doc Rivers.
No, that's not what he says. He said Doc Rivers spent a ton of time with him.
Sure.
And that Doc Rivers spent a lot of time with him after practices and talked about the game with him extensively.
I'm saying Maxey's the nicest guy in the world. Doc Rivers did not play him when it was obvious the Sixers needed help at guard, which was a major oversight.
And Doc Rivers is the most historic.
Okay, well then
3-1, 3-2 blown leads in NBA
Okay,
history.
I'm just going to say to you is that Doc Rivers that he has been over and over again very complimentary towards Doc Rivers, saying what he's done to help him. He says Doc Rivers and James Harden.
Okay, he likes him. We don't. That's okay.
Yeah, I'm not. Doc Rivers doesn't know basketball. We don't know basketball.
You don't
There we go.
Tyrese Maxey last night, 54 points. 9 assists. My man hit 6 threes yesterday.
See, that's even bigger.
He had 3 steals and 3 blocks. Think of this stat line from your 6-foot guard.
It's unbelievable.
54, 9, 5 rebounds, 3 steals, 3 blocks. En route to a win over the Milwaukee Bucks in overtime, 123 to 114. Tyrese Maxey, as we have been talking about for the last couple of years, would have to eventually be the Dwayne Wade of the Miami Heat, and Joel Embiid could eventually become the Shaq role if he ever plays.
Well, that's not it.
He, of course, did not play yesterday.
Yep.
And Tyrese Maxey once again said, don't worry, guys. I will put the team on my back, and I will lead us to victory. Now, I will say, good night for Paul George. 21 points yesterday.
Nice. That was
in
nice.
25 minutes, he was 4 of 7 from 3, so the legs look good yesterday. He obviously didn't play the last game because it was a back-to-back, and he's just coming off of the injury. But it was nice to see Paul George have a good night. But honestly, the story is, and has been, and will continue to be this season, from a positive way, the growth of Tyrese Maxey becoming the star player of the Philadelphia 76ers, the all-star player of the Philadelphia 76ers, and who knows what his ceiling is in terms of league recognition. Because it has been, up until this year, Joel Embiid in the Philadelphia 76ers. This is the first time where you can start saying with comfort Tyrese Maxey in the Philadelphia 76ers.
It was great. That's great. I'm not learning a lot from the Bucks, but I'm learning. I love watching him do it, and he continues to raise his game.
Yeah,
and to add different stuff to the toolkit. It's an impressive night. That's really, really good.
Yeah, I mean, look, I get it. Giannis didn't play yesterday, so I understand what you're saying, but he still put the team on his back where they are missing players, and one max contract guy's not on the court. The other max contract guy is on a minutes restrictions. Even though he looked good yesterday, he's on minutes restrictions.
He did look good.
You still have a lot of young players that you're trying to figure out, right? You still got Tyrese Maxey playing 47 minutes, which is insane. I hope his motor never shuts off this season because they need him to play every minute that he's playing right now. But he's been spectacular all season long, and it continued last night. 54 points. He is now averaging 33.4 points per game this year, just under 8 assists and just under 5 rebounds. So it's not like he's averaging 34 points and then it's 2 and 2. No, he's averaging 8 assists a night as well. And that's
really
what happens
nice
when you have a team that complements him because of this up and down court, fast-paced approach that they're able to do, score in transition, and that adds to the assist total. Because when Tyrese Maxey's going down the court 110 miles per hour, every defense is going to try to stop him first, and then he can kick it to somebody else or a trailer or another guy in transition, and that makes him dangerous. Flyers also won yesterday, Johnny.
They did. Flyers win another overtime game.
They can't stop playing overtime hockey.
Yeah, that's all they're doing is playing all these extra minutes and everything. But Flyers, again, fall behind 2-0 early, and their defensive attention all game long gets them to the finish line, and then they win it in overtime. And by the way, now the Flyers have gotten great. Once the game goes to overtime, Overtime and shootouts, they've been really, really good
They've had plenty of practice.
Think about what we have in Philadelphia
compared
right
to
now.
what they've been.
We have a hockey team that's winning in overtime and shootouts. We have linebackers on our football team, and we should have wide receivers and wide receivers on our football team. We have a wing player and fast-paced guards on the Sixers. Phillies will get there eventually.
But
we have what we have not seen for years. Finally coming together at one time.
You know, we don't have with the Phillies is we got the second youngest team in the NFL.
Yeah.
We have one of the youngest teams in the NHL. We got a Sixers team that is playing young guys, and we're getting to see young talent. And then we got the Phillies saying, "No, let's double down on old. Let's get older and older, even though that's not baseball's plan. Let's do it." That's what they're going to do.
Yeah, but
Isn't that great?
Tyrese Maxey, 54 points
job,
last
Tyrese.
night, and the Flyers with another win yesterday.
Nice win.
A nice 2-0 night before we had to come in here and talk more about A.J. Brown. NBD in our YouTube chat, if somebody asks a husband, do you love your wife? The answer should not be, I'll take a Miller Lite. He's not wrong. And, of course, one of our commenters blaming the media for
what's the media getting blamed for now?
We're the epicenter.
What is it? How is that possible?
We're the epicenter of the drama because we keep talking about it.
Oh, yes.
Do you not think that A.J. Brown is trying to get a message out there? Whether you agree with it or not, he's trying to get a message out there. So who do you think he goes to or goes through?
For God's sakes.
Coming up next, speaking of A.J. Brown, there's one clip that I think we'll all like to hear, and I want to play that one first.
We're going to like it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because I didn't hear anything I liked out of him.
Well, it was actually football related, and then there's everything else. You'll hear the everything else as well. It's Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Working overtime. I'm Connor Thomas, and the Sixers and Flyers both won in overtime last night. Sixers took down the Bucks 123-114. Took some extra time to do it in Milwaukee last night. Tyrese Maxey carried the Sixers to victory with a career-high 54 points in the win. Here's how it sounded right here on The Fanatic.
Maxey with it. Step-back shot on court. It's good again. A triple. And Doc Rivers calls timeout. Whoa, they're watching a star in the Sixers. Tyrese Maxey. He's got 40.
He ended up with 54. As we said, the Sixers now 9-6. They'll play the Heat at home on Sunday. Speaking of overtime, Flyers had a comeback overtime win of their own last night, down 2-0 after the first period. Flyers came back to force that OT period, and Travis Sanheim had the winner in that period. Flyers are 10-6-3. They play the Devils tomorrow at home. The Eagles are just a couple of days away from their matchup with the Cowboys Sunday, 4:25 p.m. from Dallas. Cam Jurgens, who is dealing with a concussion, was limited in practice yesterday, which is a good sign for his potential availability Sunday. Nick Sirianni meets with media at 11:50. The Union continued their playoff journey Sunday night as they play New York City FC. Newey Scruggs will join us at 8:25. Covers the Cowboys. He'll talk about the Dallas perspective. This update is brought to you by Bradford White Water Heaters. When you need a new water heater, choose one that's built to be the best. Choose Bradford White. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
7 here on Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic. Why do you guys always talk about A.J. Brown? Well,
Really?
what am I supposed to do?
Really? Who is making themselves the story constantly? And by the way, it's not popular. I can absolutely confirm it's not popular with his teammates.
Yeah, I can.
That they're having to deal with this crap. It's not popular.
I can imagine. It's a Football Friday brought to us by Norristown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Driving to great deals at the fall sales event at Norristown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Get wicked good deals all month long on a Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram. Visit NorristownChryslerDodge.com. So we're going to play a couple of clips for you from A.J. Brown. And again, the initial clip that we played for you back in the open of the show, he was asked about Jalen Hurts. Let's just play it. He was asked about Jalen Hurts, and you'll hear the question and the answer.
AJ, there was a report that there was some frustration from players on offense with Jalen Hurts.
Ask me about Dallas. Thank you.
So he had every opportunity to,
Squash it. You mean like to put it to an end so we can stop with this childish nonsense?
And he said, ask me about Dallas. And so there are going to be people that are going to go, all right, then just ask him about Dallas. Well, there are some other clips that we're going to play for you that were not just about the Dallas Cowboys, and he felt very comfortable talking and not saying next question or ask me about Dallas. Now, I do want to start with one that I think we will all like because it's actually football. Here was A.J. Brown being asked about the state of the offense.
How close do you think you are to kind of clicking?
I think we are. I think we are. I think that's the mindset to have. I think it's just cleaning up those mistakes. It's not about just being close. It's just really just finishing drives. Defense been playing incredible, and we're just trying to do our part. And that starts with the things that takes no talent, as Nick says all the time.
All right, clean up the mistakes. Is that what so it's the mistakes now that's holding them back, according to AJ then, right?
Well, mistakes could be anything. Mistakes could be pre-snap penalties. Mistakes could be missing a block downfield.
You know what you never hear from A.J. Brown? And by the way, that's why I went back and documented.
Sure.
When it comes to what he could do better, what he needs to do, like not quitting on 4 documented routes that are on video for everybody to see. Like the word I and me, he loves to use them. He loves to talk about himself. But he doesn't like to talk about himself when it comes to personal accountability.
Well, he was asked about the offense.
Well, I understand, but you start with what can you do better, then you talk about the collective group. Because obviously, it's AJ, is there anything you could do better? Like maybe not quit on routes? Like maybe play hard?
That is a mistake, quitting on routes. So
I don't think that's a mistake. No, that's not a mistake. That's not a mistake. Is a false start. I think he's talking about the pre-snap penalties.
Right.
The things you can't do. A mistake is not quitting on a route. That's a choice. That is a choice. You are being disinterested. You're not giving your best effort. You're not giving your focus. That's what he's doing there.
I just appreciate that one was a little bit more football. But then there was everything else, John. So
it's unbelievable.
They're playing the Dallas Cowboys this Sunday.
Yep.
And CeeDee Lamb is having a heck of a season.
He is.
Right? And, that's something to pay attention to on Sunday. He's a guy that lines up everywhere, right? He could line up on the outside. He lines up in the slot. So DeJean, everybody's going to have to be ready. Right? Cooper DeJean's going to have to be ready. Quinyon Mitchell's going to have to be ready. By the way, George Pickens is a hell of a receiver, so I don't know if this is does Quinyon shadow CeeDee Lamb, or do they stay on one side of the field?
Well, he's been moving all over the field all year long,
right,
so
but
that's good.
It's not like Pickens is a hell of a receiver, too.
It's honestly picking.
Right.
Pick your poison this weekend.
So, A.J. Brown, I actually thought it was a pretty interesting question, was asked about if he pays attention to what other wide receivers do around the league. This was his response.
AJ, do you pay a lot of attention to what other receivers around the league do? Like what makes CD so...
Nah.
Why not?
It gets me upset. So I stay away from it. No, but I mean, it's a time and place for it. I think right now, I'm just trying to stay focused.
So
he's not trying to stay focused.
Now look.
The thing is, he's not trying to stay focused.
Now, look, we can break that clip down a million ways. Is he upset because they're getting their targets?
Yes.
Hold on. Or is he upset that the route tree for those wide receivers are much more complex than what he's doing with the Eagles.
That could be both.
Like so it's
But
like AJ Brown might be disappointed with his route tree, which is the hitch route. Everybody in the city of Philadelphia now knows what a hitch route is because they're running it at a historic rate.
First we killed Hitchbot, now we have to kill Hitch route.
Yeah, exactly. Like we got to get that out because so maybe AJ. Like, look, people post all the time. The next gen stats that it posts the route tree. It's downfield or hitch route. Like the slant route isn't even run all that much anymore. We saw it last week where Jalen threw the ball late and it was a bad throw. But we're not even seeing that slant route all that much anymore. It's a very simple route tree that he's running. So that could be what he's upset about.
This is where I say it, Connor, that Andrew's very kind. Because literally a man who has done nothing, even after the Super Bowl, talking about the fact that, didn't mean that much to me. I'm moving on from it. Didn't really do for me what I thought it would being a champion because, I want to dominate. I want to do it. It's all about me, me, me. And then you're making it out like his frustration could be with this. His frustration is his numbers, his production, what he wants to do. He is the epitome of not doing that mentality, and voicing it is exactly the opposite of what this Eagles team tries to voice at all times.
And it's our fault, Johnny.
Yeah, it is.
The Cowboys, we've talked about this a lot this week. You could end the season of the Cowboys. They're 4-5-1.
For the most part, yeah.
You hand them a 6th loss, they will be 3 wins behind the final wildcard team, whoever it is, because there's going to be moving parts constantly. But at some point, the 7th wildcard, the 7th seed, the 3rd wildcard team, one team will have 7 wins by the end of this weekend. So you could pretty much put their season to bed, right?
You're not getting into the playoffs right now. To be in the playoffs, 7-4 is the last seed.
Right. So
you're going to have to win 10 to minimum get in, 11 probably to secure that you're in.
Right. So you could end the Cowboys season this Sunday. So they're desperate, right? Here's AJ Brown.
With the Dallas team, they're going to probably come in desperate, right? I mean, and you can bury them with a win, more or less.
We desperate too. We trying to get it going. We desperate too.
So one of our questions today at 610-632-0975. Do you believe that Sunday will be a step in the right direction to quieting some of this drama, quieting some of this noise? Because if they play well, if the offense looks great, if AJ gets his and the offense looks great, I think we're singing a different tune Sunday night and Monday morning and Tuesday until the next leak comes out. Like, I think we're singing a different tune if it looks good. But if it doesn't, dude, I wonder if we're also at a point of no return where it's just going to continuously look like this, where the offense doesn't look great, and then you're going to hear more and more drama. You think this is the last press conference that we're going to play clips from? Like, you guys are going to spend all this time on it? Yes, because he keeps on saying stuff.
See, this is Tyrese getting 54 against a non-Giannis Bucks. You love the performance, but I wonder what we're going to really take out of it. Because, look, I'm hearing a lot of chatter this week about the Dallas defense is a lot better than people are making it out to be, and they've got new players and everything. They're still 30th. And just 2 weeks ago, they were getting torched by the Arizona Cardinals, and 3 weeks ago, they were getting torched by, I forget, for 40, but whoever it is. They are not a good defense, whether you got new players or whatever.
Right.
They are a defense you should be able to get your points against. So I'm going to read it as, yes, let's just get it. Let's just make it look better. And I'm going to look at just points efficiency.
Sure.
How many points you put up on the board? They put 27 up on Sunday. I'm feeling perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I'll be okay.
As long as it's not 27 in one half and 0 in the second half.
Right, exactly.
Because we've seen that out of this team, too.
The one thing I'm not going to give one crap about is whether A.J. Brown gets his numbers. That's not – I could not care any less.
All right, one more for you. He was asked if he's the same player. Take a listen.
There's some speculation out there that you are not the same player you want to. What would you say to those people?
I guess Saquon ain't the same player either.
See?
All right.
See, there it is.
But I don't got no comment about that. I don't care about that.
But I
don't believe it.
Y'all don't believe that.
I didn't say it.
Okay.
I believe – no. I believe it.
I love how he
believe
said, I have no comment, after saying, I guess Saquon isn't the same.
So he has to throw shade on Saquon Barkley. Honestly. Saquon Barkley, who has the highest speed numbers on the team on points on play, tracked on the field.
I think the point he's making, because his numbers aren't there, does that mean he's
No, but
not
there's,
the
again.
Yeah, I don't think that's shade.
Yeah, I don't think it was
This
shade.
is, well, sure it is. When you're bringing up, again, he cannot acknowledge any slip of his own performance.
Okay, but
he's got to throw.
That
He's got to
doesn't mean
point at somebody
everything he
else.
says is mean
I
to
don't
other
think that
people.
was shade towards
Saquon Barkley's speed is not a problem because Saquon Barkley's speed is exactly comparable to last year in almost every trackable game when he gets rolling.
We know that's the point he's making.
Yeah.
But his is not.
He believes.
So his point is wrong,
He
Connor.
believes he's still the
wrong.
same. He believes that he is still the same player. The reason why he's bringing up Saquon is not shade, in my opinion. The reason why he's bringing up Saquon is, look, his numbers aren't the same, so are you saying that he's not the same?
No, it was about losing a step, not his numbers. It was about losing a step. His speed on the field is considerably
And
slower.
he's saying tongue-in-cheek that Saquon hasn't. It's not that difficult.
Why do you say tongue-in-cheek? How are you analyzing that?
Because I can listen to the clip.
What do you mean listening to the clip? For God's sakes.
Coming up next, we'll check our text line and our phone calls, 610-632-0975. Do you believe Sunday will be a step in the right direction to quiet some of the noise? Or have we reached a point of no return when it comes to the A.J. Brown drama? 610-632-0975. Also, how crazy is it that we have all this drama surrounding an 8-2 team? It actually broke the brain of someone who covers the league. You'll hear that next. Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic. The beauty of sports talk radio is you can come into a show with sort of a plan. And we have a question for you. Do you believe Sunday will be the step in the right direction of quieting some of the drama? Because I understand that there are people that are tired of hearing about the drama. We talk about the drama because it continues from one specific player. And so we have to talk about it. If this was the backup center or the long snapper, maybe we're not talking about it as much. But because it is the number one wide receiver, at least on the depth chart, on your team constantly causing drama, we have to freaking talk about it, especially when this week it started being shade thrown toward the quarterback, the franchise quarterback, the Super Bowl MVP. Of course we're going to talk about it. So,
can I ask you one thing on that?
Yes, please.
Who do you think's throwing shade at the quarterback?
It's probably A.J. Brown.
I mean, this isn't like 1A plus QZ equals 3 squared. This isn't a hard equation. One guy was asked to keep it off social media by the owner. And now all of a sudden then it's the secret leaks go out. Let me say whatever I'm saying.
Probably A.J. Brown.
I think that's a pretty good theory.
So from a football standpoint, because if you don't want to just talk drama, if they play well on Sunday against the Cowboys, if the offense looks good against the Cowboys, Monday and Tuesday will be refreshing days.
It'd be wonderful.
Right? We'll come in here, wow, that was great. I imagine we'll at some point ask the question of, do you think this will sort of calm everybody down a little bit? And I'm not talking about the fan base. I'm talking about the locker room, and I'm talking about one player. So, yeah, we'll bring it up, but it's going to mainly be about, hey, that was better. But if it doesn't look better, which there's a chance it doesn't, Kevin Patullo might suck. Nick Sirianni's let's not turn the ball over plan may stink this year, despite them being 8-2. Jalen Hurts may struggle against zone coverage. Well, it's not may. We see it. And so if the offense doesn't look much better on Sunday, if you think it's dramatic now, after games against the Packers and Lions where they played good defenses, do you think it's going to get much better? No, it won't. So our question for you from a football standpoint is, do you believe Sunday will be a step in the right direction to quieting some of this drama, or have we reached a point of no return? But the beauty of Sports Talk Radio is we can play a clip and immediately debate whether or not A.J. Brown was throwing shade at Saquon Barkley. And our YouTube chat's like split 50-50 right now.
As was it whether it was shade or not. I had a text from somebody that I think is fairly close to the Eagles situation saying, ask Saquon Barkley if he thinks that it was throwing shade. Because again, you're asked a question. You're talking about something. And again, he refuses to take any responsibility for himself. And I thank DJ for sending along the notes that you can track the speed of NFL players. Every single game it's tracked. And Saquon Barkley has matched his high speed for games already this year 6 times from last year. A.J. Brown has not matched his high speed for games in any games. So we have documented proof where it's not an opinion that one guy is not as fast, not getting the job done as much, and the other guy just maybe isn't getting the proper blocking, getting whatever. That Saquon Barkley has been over 20 miles an hour multiple times this year.
Right.
Which, God forbid, if he ran into you.
I don't think it was a great answer. Like, I think the focus on A.J. Brown and answering that personally would have been a better way to go about it. But I just didn't take it as, hey, Saquon stinks too, ask about him. I think it was Saquon obviously is not having as good of a year as he did last year. And there aren't these questions about, has Saquon lost a step? Why are you asking him so much about that?
Scott asks us in a meeting, comes into the meeting and goes, John, have you been preparing well enough for the shows? Have you been doing enough to prepare well for the shows? I don't know. Ask Andrew if he has. Connor, it's a crappy answer.
Oh, we know.
It is a crappy answer for a professional to not say it's directed to you.
Right.
Talk about you.
We just agreed.
Don't go, oh, well, yeah. Ask Andrew if he's been preparing right. It's childish. It's unprofessional.
I don't think it was a good answer. I just don't think it was venom pointed at Saquon.
I didn't get that either, Connor. I did not get that as,
well, the thing
shade
is,
towards Saquon.
He doesn't know what he's speaking of because Saquon has – the question was about him losing a step, being slower. It wasn't about the production of the offense or Saquon's numbers. Saquon has not lost a step, and it's documented. We know for a fact he hasn't. It's been blocking. It's been maybe play calling.
Oh, yeah.
Could be a problem.
That's true.
That might be an issue.
So before we get to the text line, a couple of YouTube comments, right? And this is where this drama just it's putting everybody in different directions, right? Like this is the craziness that is caused by week in, week out something coming out, right?
Right.
So Jaywalk one, only a sensitive person would be mad at that interview. Then Jay Blazin checks in. Y'all also noticed that no player came to Jalen's defense yet. Then we have Presidential Mike saying, just be ready to move on from him this offseason, A.J. Brown. Hopefully we can reconstruct his contract first so it won't be a horrible cap hit.
By the way, incorrect. Devontae Smith, Jordan Mailata on his radio show have absolutely come to the defense of Jalen Hurts. So that's not true.
This is like this drama makes people have thoughts. Crazy thoughts, sane thoughts, whatever thoughts you want to have. The fact that we have to talk about it and think about it is why this is counterproductive. And we have been saying that since Tampa.
And it doesn't mean that A.J. Brown doesn't make some valid points.
Right. The offense does need to get better.
And it doesn't mean that Jalen Hurts himself doesn't need to I would almost say greatly improve in some things.
Look, I'm saying it all year. Jalen has not been playing that great this year.
No, he hasn't.
He has not been
really
playing
hasn't.
that.
They're all facts, and they're all facts that can't be ignored.
No.
But the lack of awareness to not look in the freaking mirror is so annoying for a great player like A.J. Brown.
Hit us with a text message, Connor. It's 610-632-0975.
All right, so we have a check-in here from John in Huntington Valley that says, I really hope this weekend will be the end, but I just don't think it will be. If the Birds win, the offense clicks, but A.J. doesn't get his touches, then it's the same thing. Love A.J. I wanted to stay, but realistically, I don't know how much more drama we can handle from this guy's talking.
I mean, and that's another one. Like, at what point are you exhausted? Like, I saw Kieran on our YouTube chat say, are we really talking about potentially moving on from what could be the greatest wide receiver in Eagles franchise history? Nobody wants him traded from a football standpoint.
No,
there is a point of fatigue.
It's being miserable at work, and it's dragging down other people at work. It's causing them to have to constantly deal with nonsense.
And then somebody will say, but is it really dragging them down because they're 8-2?
Well,
and that's why this talk is crazy. That's why I keep on saying they are the weirdest 8-2 1 seed that I ever remember. The offense has not been good.
No.
There's so much drama. Up until the Packers game, the defense has been okay.
I think it may be, though, the most inspiring thing about them as far as for optimism.
That it hasn't killed them.
Correct.
And that's why they're confusing, and I love it. I just would wish it wasn't so dramatic. All right, coming up next. We didn't get to it. You'll hear from Dan Orlovsky. Dan Orlovsky, his brain is broken when it comes to the Jalen Hurts conversation. Also, are we seeing a light at the end of the tunnel? I'm not talking about the Eagles. It's Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
A career high for Maxey. I'm Connor Thomas, and the Sixers beat the Bucks 123-114 in overtime in Milwaukee last night, and Tyrese Maxey carried the Sixers to that win. A career high 54 points. Here's how it sounded right here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Here's an inside feed to Drummond. Back out. Maxey with it on the drive. Attacks a closeout. Left-hand runner. Good. Maxey puts them up by 5. Timeout Milwaukee. And Tyrese with even 50.
50 burger out there in the Cream City. You love to see that. And the Sixers are now 9-6. They'll play the Heat at home on Sunday. Speaking of overtime, the Flyers had a comeback overtime win of their own last night, down 2-0 after the first period. Came back to force that OT, and Travis Sanheim had the winner. Flyers are 10-6-3. They play the Devils tomorrow at home. Eagles are just a couple days away from their matchup with the Cowboys Sunday, 4:25 p.m. from Dallas. Cam Jurgens, who's been dealing with a concussion, was limited at practice yesterday, according to the recent injury report, which is a good sign for his potential availability Sunday. We'll hear from Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni, who meets with media today at 11:50 a.m. The Union continued their playoff journey Sunday as well. Sunday night, that is, as they play New York City FC. Newey Scruggs, who covers the Cowboys, joins us at 8:25. This update's brought to you by Fox One. Fox One is your streaming home for the NFC playoffs on Fox. See who steps up and who goes down this week. Don't miss the Eagles take on the Dallas Cowboys. I know you won't. Download the Fox One app to stream. Fox One, live sports streaming now. I'm Connor Thomas for 97.5 The Fanatic.
Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5 Fanatic. On this Football Friday, trying to talk about, the actual field of play. Trying to actually talk about the Philadelphia Eagles from a X's and O's standpoint, Johnny. But unfortunately, we can't just do that every single day, especially when every single day there's something new out of A.J. Brown.
Some new drama.
And the drama has reached national levels. Dan Orlovsky, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? Yesterday on Get Up.
He reached a breaking point, you think?
And I love it because he is a guy who is critical of Jalen Hurts, right? And what you'll hear in the answer, I think, is what a lot of people think or don't want to admit. Like, there are limitations to his game, but he wins. And he finds ways to win, so much so that they've won a freaking Super Bowl, been to 2, and his record is 50 and 11. It's ridiculous.
The winningest quarterback versus winning teams in NFL history, 50 starts or more.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Since 1950.
Here was Dan Orlovsky yesterday on Get Up talking about all the drama and now the finger pointing behind sources toward Jalen Hurts.
What's said about Jalen Hurts the past couple of days drives me absolutely bonkers. This dude's 51-14 under Nick Sirianni. He's gone to 2 Super Bowls. He's won 1. He's been MVP caliber in both. He's been an MVP in 1. They beat one of the great dynasties of all time, and now we're getting the leaks of people don't like the way that he goes about his business and operating. Okay, guys, then go be every other organization that every 4 years recycles their quarterbacks and head coaches and constantly searching. He's not perfect, no. He's perfect for that city. I am blown away that we are getting leaks about a dude who, by all accounts, all he does is what everyone always asks their quarterback to do.
And that's why yesterday...
Protect the football, he went on more about.
Sure.
Protecting the football, not turning it over, winning football games, doing what it takes to win.
And yesterday, that's why we talked about whether or not Jalen Hurts is getting enough credit for his leadership. And I don't think that he is. Like, he has had every opportunity to just sort of add to the fire. And he's doing whatever he can to put the fire out, or at least contain it, with the way he handles himself at the podium. And I understand that sometimes the way he handles himself at the podium might be part of the problem, right? Like, he's always this way. He's always robotic, blah, blah, blah. We had texters yesterday texting into the show saying that they were tired of hearing clips from Jalen Hurts, even though I would rather hear the clips that we heard from Jalen Hurts yesterday than the clips that we heard from A.J. Brown last night. Right?
Correct. Yeah, I think that's fine.
I would much rather that.
Yep.
Make my job harder, people.
Well, I mean, it would be fun to, and look, there's guys like Devontae has talked about it. Jordan Mailata has talked about it. We got to start talking about the collective and what needs to be better.
Yeah.
And we all need to be better. As Jordan Mailata said on his radio show on another radio station this week, it'd be really strange that people are pointing a finger at Jalen Hurts about all our problems like he's the one who's to blame for it all. We're all to blame.
He needs to play better.
And by the way, that's the right answer.
But
that's the right answer. You take the blame, talk about yourself first, then you can feel free to talk about what you think are the deficiencies of anybody else.
Have I been thrilled with the way Jalen Hurts has played this year? No. I've been very honest about that all season long, especially because before the year started, I thought they were going to have to throw the football more because defenses were going to do whatever they had to do to try to stop Saquon Barkley. And it hasn't been great.
No, it hasn't been. It hasn't been it hasn't been smooth.
No.
Is that a better word? I don't know.
No, it hasn't been great.
It hasn't been great.
He's getting paid $250 million, right, to be great.
Do you think
he hasn't been great.
Do you think it's been, do you put it, if I say great, it's off the board. Do you think it's been very good? I don't think I would even go on the very good. Do you think it's been good? I think it's been good.
It's been good.
Because
he's not turning the football over.
Correct.
And that is very important. I just, it's what they also live and dive by. All right, you're listening to 97.5 The Fanatic, WPEN, WPN, HD1, Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station broadcasting live from the Comcast Business Studio, powering possibilities. Are we seeing the light at the end of the tunnel? We'll get into that in a couple minutes. What do we got on the text line, Connor? Our question for you, Eagles related. Do you believe Sunday will be the right step to quieting some of the drama, or have we reached the point of no return where this will just continue all season long?
Oh, no.
Hopefully, at least after a Super Bowl victory. What do we got?
Matt from Ontario checks in, says, what makes you think that the Eagles' bottom-ranked offense will beat Dallas's bottom-ranked defense? This game looks to me like it's more about can the Eagles' defense stop the highly ranked Dallas offense. That being said, I think the Eagles sneak out of Dallas with a 27-24 win.
I mean, but both needs to happen.
And I would say why would I say that is why would you think it? It's because one team is a winning team that always wins and wins and wins and wins. It's much more likely to bet on that horse than it is to pick the team that continually finds a way to shoot itself in the foot and lose, which is the Dallas Cowboys.
And this goes to that pedigree conversation that we've had. Like
that's the reason. If you're asking why would you think it, that's the reason.
I need to see it first before I start saying that it's going to happen. But you kind of always give the Eagles the benefit of the doubt because they are 8-2 through all of this.
Correct.
They are the Super Bowl champions.
That's the reason you say, why would you think it? That's the reason.
We
because
were having similar conversations like this last year. It's just been more dramatic this year.
And if you take 51-14 with Jalen Hurts under Nick Sirianni, remember, that includes the 9-8 season.
Yeah.
I mean,
it also includes the collapse.
It's been obscene what he's done.
Yeah. All right, give us another text message.
All right, we also have a check-in here from Bill in Harleysville, I can't talk today, which says Dallas has 4 wins all against sub-500 opponents. This game is not going to be close. Dak will try and play hero ball, and much like Love and Goff will make mistakes, the Eagles' offense will have their way against this awful defense. 31-10 Birds.
All right, and if it's a 31-10, there better not be boo from anybody inside the locker room the rest of the week. And I'm hoping that happens.
Well,
I'm tired of this.
Wait a minute. But the thing is, though, when you say that, like even how you just phrased that, there better not be boo from anyone inside the locker room. Just say it. It's AJ.
From one person inside the locker room.
It's not other people. It's not other people that are throwing other teammates under the bus or making it like it's not that there's little veiled shots at people. Here's who when they play good people, they lost to the Eagles. They lost to Chicago. They tied Green Bay. They lost to Carolina, who you don't believe in. They lost to Denver. They lost to Arizona. I mean, be honest, this is a team that has lost a lot of games. That's why you don't think with Dallas. Dallas is a mediocre club.
Yeah.
They win, they lose. That's about it.
All right. Are we seeing the light at the end of the tunnel with the Sixers? Because we're now finally starting to see Tyrese Maxey take that step forward, right, to being the face of the team. This includes Joel Embiid still being under contract. This includes Paul George still being under contract. But remember, a lot of the talk last year was Tyrese Maxey's not going to be able to carry the team. And I was one of those people. I've not seen it yet. We're starting to see it. I know it's early on, but he's playing at a clip right now where he very well could be an all-star starter, right, come midseason. Are you guys starting to see a light at the end of the tunnel? I understand that the contracts are still there, but you at least have a young player. You're getting contributions from your rookie and VJ Edgecombe. You're getting contributions from other young players that have been in the system for a little bit. Do you guys think you see a light at the end of the tunnel where it's not the Joel Embiid Sixers, it's the Tyrese Maxey Sixers?
No.
No?
Yeah, I'm not there.
I think we're seeing something different.
What's that?
I think us in the tunnel have turned the headlamp on. Because you're not going to be out of this situation anytime soon. Joel Embiid's still under contract. Paul George still under contract. To me, the light at the end of the tunnel is you get to a point where you can reshape this roster where you're not reliant on those guys' health. But with how Tyrese Maxey's been playing, now all of a sudden in the middle of the tunnel, way sooner than when you would get to the end logically, you now have light.
So you just found it?
Yeah, you found light. Tyrese Maxey turned the headlamp on.
Stumbled upon a headlamp.
He had a little help from the generator.
I like the that's a good use of the generator. I sort of go where Connor goes there. Is that they're turning a corner? No, because I don't believe you're going to win anything of significance with Maxey being your number one option.
Well, I've been saying that for years, but
the thing is, if we're counting,
he's playing. Look, no Embiid last night, right? So it's not like he's averaging 30 points a night because Embiid's getting all the attention. Like, he's averaging 33 points a night. And how many games does Embiid play now? And how many minutes? Because there's also been the games where he was playing only 20 minutes.
I got you.
Like, I'm seeing something out of Tyrese Maxey that I had not seen before. He's had big nights, but he's having a big season. And by himself for the most part. Which is why I have some hope. Not right now. I'm not saying they're going to win the championship, right?
All right, but is it what you're seeing? Is it stats compiling, or is it something that you think this translates to winning? And by the way, winning when it matters, winning in the postseason.
I don't see it as stats compiling. If he's not on this team, if let's say he was hurt like last year,
this team stunk.
They have 2 wins.
No, this team's down the tubes if that happens.
Yeah, the only thing that doesn't translate right now, their half-court offense is not good enough for playoff basketball, and the 2 guys that are probably best for half-court offense are Embiid and Paul George.
Right, absolutely.
And so you got to figure that out.
Which I think is a losing formula, like the 2 of them, because that's not what's going to win for you in the postseason. I don't believe that, because I'm not going to count on them to be all of a sudden they've hit the fountain of youth.
Well, Nick Nurse is going to have to figure out the best way to operate. Like this season, I think, as long as Embiid is on the court, I think this season is a big learning season for us about who Nick Nurse is. Like, was Nick Nurse the head coach just because he had the best player in the world for a few minutes in Kawhi Leonard? Or is he actually the offensive guru that a lot of people make him out to be? I think this is a bit of a referendum season for Nick Nurse.
Sure. I mean,
he's got to figure it out.
I also, though, would want to see him with all his toys.
Right, absolutely.
And again, you're asking him to go to the post without his toys.
Yeah. All right, coming up next. Will we learn more about the drama soon? Will the Eagles be able to escape it? We could find out in less than 2 weeks. It's Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic. All right, let's talk about that FanDuel Sportsbook app, because it's a football Friday. But not only is it a football Friday, it's a FanDuel Friday in partnership with Valley Forge. And they're turning it up with the NBA Happy Hour. Happy Hour, I'm in. Every Friday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern, FanDuel is dropping limited-time specials to get you in the zone with boosts, bonuses, surprises, all designed to bring that Friday energy. This is not just another promo. It is your weekly pregame. They've done this for a couple of weeks now, and I love that they're sticking with it, because everybody loves a Friday happy hour, especially before you get to the big NFL games on Sunday. You have the NBA Happy Hour every Friday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern, only on FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Just visit FanDuel.com/Fanatic. That's FanDuel.com/Fanatic to grab your reward before the clock expires. You got to be 21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. throughout the course of the show, just to try to lighten up the mood a little bit, because, number 11 continues with his drama.
Carson?
No. Well, is it much better?
Might be the curse of the number.
It might be. Oh, God, with A.J. Brown. Connor, I'm going to ask this without trying to spoil today's headlines. Do you have anything Citizens Bank Park related in today's headlines?
I do not.
All right, then we'll start with this one, because I have a bunch of random stories that I saw on social media yesterday that I want to bring up, as long as they're not in today's headlines. But this one's more so for a great cause. Last night was the sleep out at Citizens Bank Park.
I admire those people sleeping out. It was cold.
It supports homeless youth, and I know it's also the Covenant House, which our Natalie P. on our YouTube chat is a big part of that. It's the largest nonprofit in America's 34 cities across 5 countries, providing safe shelter and supportive services to homeless and trafficked youth. And yesterday was the sleep out night at Citizens Bank Park. So people raise money, but then they also, slept in open air and cold.
And you know how the wind whips around those stadiums.
Oh, my God, yeah, absolutely.
Because last night must have been – I asked Connor. Now, I don't know why. Connor, I wasn't lining up to sleep outside. I said, hey, Connor, you sleeping out last night?
Not a chance. I will donate anything you want me to donate. I will not. Listen, the people doing that, that's an awesome
that's
cause.
awesome.
It's amazing.
And
John Foley put out a tweet yesterday because he spent the night there.
Right.
Low of 42. So not too bad.
Yeah, but it had to be a lot colder than that feeling in that building.
And that's the point, is to acknowledge the situation people are in daily, and that sucks.
Especially a
that.
month, 2 months, 3 months from now, when it's 20s and
Nasty.
10s overnight. So I give a lot of credit to the people that did that last night at Citizens Bank Park.
Bravo.
But I will ask you, would you be able to sleep, or would you just power through it and stay up?
I could sleep.
You think you could lay down on the grass?
Yes.
In your duffel bag,
Sleeping bag.
your sleeping bag, and sleep.
Yes.
I would not be able to.
You wouldn't be able to?
No.
I'd be able to, because I could sleep I could sleep on a plane.
You know me, I
could
can't sleep
Yeah, you
in
can't.
my bed.
I can sleep. I could fall asleep anywhere, anytime.
I'm with you. I could be asleep in this chair in 2 minutes.
Connor
right
could.
now. You set a timer, I'm out.
If Connor had
Yeah, but you hate the cold, so you think you'd be able to sleep in the 40-degree
I
weather
like
last
sleep
night.
more than I hate the cold.
That's
Okay.
that's what I'd say too. And when I'm tired, I'm tired. Because it's one of those. I feel bad for people like you. Like I say,
Yeah, I can't.
Is my wife same thing? Like my wife she has to read to go to bed. She has to do something like that.
That's your problem. You got to learn how to read.
I don't read.
Well, I see. There's the problem. You
I
read.
read.
Yeah. Oh.
That's how I sleep. It's actually been great.
Yeah.
Different strokes for different folks.
I don't shy away from it. Like, I finally found something in my life that helps me fall asleep.
Now that wasn't the reason you found it, though.
No.
Because I mean,
was college.
I've heard that before, but people go, "Oh, well, the only reason I do it because of
Connor.
sleeping."
It was high school, but we'll talk about that.
There we
another
go.
day. All right, so Hard Knocks has the in-season Hard Knocks, and it debuts December 2nd.
You can set it up, by the way, if you have YouTube and stuff like that. You can set it up for a recording.
Okay.
You can already set it up and lock it down so it's every episode.
I got
will be
this.
there.
Yeah, I got the HBO Max. I would just have it whenever. But Hard Knocks comes out, and it's in season. Now, it starts week 1. So I don't think we'll hear anything on December 2nd. But let's not act like it wasn't that long into the season where stuff had already started, right?
Correct.
Week 3, Jalen Hurts with we got to stop playing not to lose. And there was the moment in the game where it looked like he was barking at Petula. Was he mic'd up? We'll find out.
And that's where the people who keep saying, like, well, Jalen Hurts needs to do this. Jalen Hurts is, and I gave them the other day, quotes where Jalen Hurts is saying, let's take the shackles off. Let's stop playing not to lose. Let's do this. Jalen Hurts has been begging them to be more aggressive.
Week 4 was the first A.J. Brown social media post, as we know. So it might not be that long into it's a weekly episode, right?
Yes.
It's not a nightly episode. A weekly episode of Hard Knocks where we start hearing some things. Because they're all mic'd up. Like, this stuff everything's captured. Now, there are some things that I know the teams can try to keep out.
No, but the thing is, they don't have here's the thing is, and I saw this because the Falcons did it the one year. In fact, you can see me, I think, twice during that season of Hard Knocks. The Falcons tried to keep out stuff, and the NFL didn't allow them to keep it out. And it was where they had a coach saying that he had sex for the first time at 12.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And it hurt him. It hurt him.
Yeah.
And I think the reason Mike Smith has never gotten another head coaching job in the NFL was because of Hard Knocks, people seeing him on Hard Knocks.
By the way, this is not a PG-13. Like they don't bleep stuff out. It's on HBO, so
it's there. It's there.
We could hear stuff.
Oh, you're going to hear stuff.
All right, let's go to Nick in Riverside. Nick wants to talk about Maxey from last night. What's up, Nick?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Hi,
What's going
Nick.
on, dude?
Yeah, what a game last night, huh?
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, 54 points, man. Are you starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel?
You know, I love Tyrese Maxey. I can't say I don't. I always have. But I think you still need to put Embiid back on the floor. I think they're better. I think it'll be a better as a trio.
Yeah, I mean, and thanks for the call, Nick. Like, I think so, too. Like, I think the best version of this basketball team will still be whatever Joel Embiid is out in the court. But what we're going to have to find out, what Nick Nurse is going to have to, we have nothing to do with this.
Well, Nick might call us and ask us
for some opinions. What Nick Nurse is going to have to figure out, and remember, we had him on after night one and asked him straight up, how do you balance the half-court offense with Embiid versus this incredible opportunity that you have in front of you to catch the rebound and go with the outlet pass with Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe. And he said, look, it's going to be something that I'm going to have to figure out, especially in the half court, because he doesn't want to be predictable where it's just always through Joel Embiid. Now, this is a nice problem to have to figure this stuff out. And the good thing is, from everything we've heard from Joel Embiid in his limited time that he's talked, because limited time that he's played, he's all for just trying to find the best way to win right now.
Yes.
Right, Embiid has come off as a great teammate.
I think that Joel Embiid has shown that's leadership.
Yeah.
That's leadership. And if you're talking about saying all the right things, he said all the right things.
By the way, he was there last night, so he's still traveling with the team on the road games.
And by the way, I believe he's not just saying it.
No. I think he also
realized he's frustrated and wants to win.
Yeah, I think he's realizing where we're at this stage of his career.
Right.
What's happened to him over his career and what is happening around him. He goes, all right, let me let the young guys cook a little bit. And there's going to be the games. Like the last time they played Toronto, not the other night, but when Embiid was on the court, that was an Embiid night because of the way they have two slow centers. They allowed Joel Embiid be a beast down low. So there's still going to be the Embiid night, but it's just not Joel Embiid in the Philadelphia 76ers anymore. It's Tyrese Maxey in the Philadelphia 76ers.
I think you're onto something here. Because to me, I've admired Embiid's. I've admired every bit of Embiid's energy this year.
It's a lot different than...
he's not exactly, but he's not being. There's no mopey Embiid. There's no, and to me, he seems completely engaged with his teammates even when he's not playing.
When Maxey hit a three last night, there was a moment where he jumped off the bench and he was going nuts, and that's good.
And I believe it's genuine.
And you know why? He doesn't feel the need to rush back. I'll take my time. We're winning basketball games.
Rush back. You're not winning enough basketball games. Rush back.
You're one win back at the 2 seed right now.
I know. Rush back.
All right, coming up next, we know how different the offense is playing from the defense. Has that crept into the locker room? We found out yesterday that it has. It's Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5, the Fanatic.
If she gets that yellow bag gift, it's awesome. And that signature yellow box from Benari Jewelers, she's going to be happy because she knows you collaborated with Santa this year to get her a gift that isn't practical, not a gift that is something for the house. You got her something for her. You have gotten her a beautiful designer piece of jewelry, a one-of-a-kind creation. Maybe you've got her some diamond studs that she can wear every day, or a pendant or necklace that she can wear on date night that's going to make her feel extra dressy. Look, you got to love Benari Jewelers in Exton and Newtown Square. They can help you find the perfect gift for her. Santa texted me. He said, get these guys some help, John. Well, Benari Jewelers has the elves waiting to help you in Exton and Newtown Square. They're actually really, really helpful associates that can help you find the perfect gift in your price point that is going to make you feel not intimidated. And then I promise you, once you give her the gift from Benari and she loves it very, very much, you're going to be back to shop every single holiday, every single big event. Check out Benari Jewelers online at BenariJewelers.com. But you don't buy jewelry online. You visit them at their beautiful showroom in Exton and Newtown Square, and please tell them that John Kincade, Santa's little helper, sent you.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
A long, good night for Philly. I'm Connor Thomas, and the Sixers and Flyers both took till overtime and both found victories. The Sixers beat the Bucks 123-114 in Milwaukee last night. Tyrese Maxey, a career-high 54 points in the overtime win. Here's what it sounded like here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Maxey with it. Step back shot on court. It's good again. A triple. And Doc Rivers calls timeout. Whoa, they're watching a star in the Sixers. Tyrese Maxey. He's got 40.
He ended up with, again, a career-high 54, and he damn well did look like a star. Tom McGinnis, a great call there. Sixers are now 9-6. They'll play the Heat at home on Sunday. Flyers had an overtime comeback of their own. They were down 2-0 in the first period. Then they came back to force OT, and Travis Sanheim had the winner. Flyers are 10-6-3. They play the Devils tomorrow at home. The Eagles are just a couple of days away from their matchup on the road with the Cowboys in Dallas. Sunday at 4:25, Cam Jurgens, who's been dealing with a concussion, was limited at practice yesterday, which is a good sign for his potential availability Sunday. Nick Sirianni meets with the media at 11:50. The Union continue their playoff journey Sunday night as they play New York City FC. Newy Scruggs, who covers the Cowboys down in Dallas, will join us at 8:25. This update is brought to you by Fox One. Fox One's your streaming home for the NFC playoffs on Fox. See who steps up and who goes down. This week, don't miss the Eagles take on the Dallas Cowboys. Download the Fox One app to stream Fox One. Live sports streaming now. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union. 97.5 The Fanatic.
FanaticSports.com.
Connor Thomas, the voice of reason or the voice of the South. It's a football Friday here on 97.5 The Fanatic, presented to us by our friends at Norristown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Driving great deals at the fall sales event at Norristown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Get wicked good deals all month long on a Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram. Visit NorristownChryslerDodge.com. You'll hear from Tim McManus in a few minutes here, who was on with Unfiltered yesterday.
Some interesting stuff from Tim.
Yeah, and he talked about just sort of the vibes in the locker room right now after practices, one side of the ball versus the other side of the ball. But before we do that, Connor's update, this last update, was very good and very normal. And you said everything correctly. Not that you said anything wrong in the last update, but you sounded like Brian Kelly when he first addressed the LSU fans.
Do you have a copy of this? Or
yeah, we do.
Because I'd like to hear this.
So, Connor was setting up one of the highlights from Tyrese Maxey 54-point night last night. So Tyrese, Connor wanted to set up one of the highlights.
Tyrese Maxey carried the Sixers to that win, a career-high 54 points. Here's how it sounded right here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Here's how it sounded.
Wait. I could call 680 The Fan, see if they have any openings.
Here's how it sounded on 97.5 The Fanatic.
I'll go right down to XTU right now.
And then you think maybe, all right, that was just a little bit of a slip. We play the Tom McGinnis soundbite.
What else happened?
He's going to get back into Northeast Connor Thomas, Fishtown Connor Thomas. Instead, we got more of Southern Connor.
And Tyrese with even 50.
50 burger out there in the Cream City. You love to see that.
What the?
50 burger out there in the Cream City. What happened, dude?
I don't know. I might have had a stroke. So people might not know this, but I'm not Brian Kelly. I was born in North Carolina. And when I first learned how to talk, like when I was a little kid, my first words, I had a heavy Southern accent. So there are times where if I talk to someone with a Southern accent, I slip into it, or just sometimes words come out.
I raised a daughter in the South, and so she has a bit of the Southernisms in her. And it's very subtle with most. And the thing is, I hear it with you sometimes.
Yeah.
I hear it with you
I
sometimes come out, but most of the time I don't. But there's almost certain words you use sometimes where I'll catch it.
Yeah, I'm like a Carolina sleeper cell.
I'm sensitive to it in my ears. It is.
Out there.
All right,
calm
down. Calm down.
Did you hunt that burger yourself?
There we go.
All right.
Shot it right between the eyes.
All right, Tim McManus was on with Unfiltered yesterday.
Love Tim.
Tim does a great job.
Really do.
Tim's not afraid to say anything.
He's not afraid.
Tim reports and stands by it. And so here was Tim McManus yesterday when being asked sort of about what the vibe is like in the locker room yesterday on Unfiltered.
I spent the majority of yesterday in the locker room talking to defensive players. And I walked out of there being like, everything is good, man. There's a lot of joy amongst that group. There's game playing in the locker room, joking, definitely a lot of support that you feel. And when they're telling stories about each other, like I was thinking just like post-game, talking to Jordan Davis and how he was beaming after his 3 pass deflections. And then he got asked about Jalen Phillips. And he's like, I don't even want to talk about the player. Like, let's talk about the person. And let's talk about the type of energy that guy brings. Like, man, there's such positive vibes going on in there. And then when you start talking to offensive players, it's different. The questions are different. They don't want to hear those kind of questions over and over and over again. There's always some report that has to be addressed that they're talking about. And so they're not going to be as wanting to talk to the media. And so it's really like 2 different feelings right now between the offense and the defense. And I think we can understand performance on the defensive side is amazing. And, of course, they're going to be celebrating that. They're going to be feeling good about themselves. On the offensive side, it's been way below expectations, and you have a bunch of superstars on that side. And, of course, they're not going to be happy. So it's like a 2 different worlds inside of one locker room.
And, look, you totally understand it, right? Like, let's say Thanksgiving's next week, right? Let's say you're having a great month, and your spouse or your girlfriend that you're bringing to Thanksgiving dinner is having a horrible month, right?
Okay.
And you guys sit at the dinner table, and how have you been?
Well, that's where you fake
the one guy may have a great answer, and the other one might not want to talk about it. I understand.
See, here's what I say is, do you think, let's do a little chicken and the egg. Do you think that the positivity and the great chemistry and the one-for-all attitude that they've got, all for one, one for all, do you think that contributes to them being great? Because I do. I do.
I think
I absolutely believe in work situations that when you don't have people that are singularly out for themselves, when you have guys that are willing, and ladies, who are willing to be part of a team and do what's best for the team to be successful, things tend to be better.
Sure.
Yeah, I just also think there's a second chicken, if that's the egg in the equation.
A second chicken. It's the second chicken theory.
Who on the defense is on a monster contract right now? Who on the defense is expected to be one of like the heavy hitters on this team? Yeah, they have great players.
Yeah.
Guys that are on the back end of rookie deals that are yet to be paid.
Okay.
Zach Baughn's the only one, and Zach Baughn's a dude that could not get on the field 2 years ago.
Right.
So I think part of it is not just the mentality the team has. It's what the expectation of those players are that gives them that opportunity.
That sounds fair.
And I would be
That sounds
happier if
fair.
I was an Eagles player on defense than Eagles player on offense.
Yeah.
No, but I get it.
Because everyone's talking about how and the questions are not just, even though, look, nobody wants to talk about A.J. Brown, like the teammates. They don't want to always have to answer to A.J. Brown. They also probably don't want to have to talk about every single week how they're playing below their standard, right? They got to freaking figure it out. Whereas the defense has been spectacular. And so the defense, of course, their vibes are high.
I would just say to you is this, though, is that the wah-wah person comes to work every day and they're unhappy with work and they're unhappy about their boss and they're unhappy about this, and it's a freaking drag. It's a drag. At some point, you got to fake it. You're adults. You got to fake it. You got to find the positives in things, and I can promise you this. Go talk to Jordan Mailata. Go talk to even if you want to talk to Lane Johnson. Lane Johnson will keep it as honest as possible. But they can find the success and can find the things to be happy about in life. This is not a overwhelming problem. Devontae Smith's a very funny guy and a very guy who tends to be a positive force, even though he tends to keep things more assassin level.
Sure.
But he's a positive guy.
But he's been upset with what the offense
I
has
understand,
done.
but they don't let it pervade into every bit of the day. And that's the difference. That's the difference between, I think, both sides. They're getting dragged down by somebody's negativity.
If they score 30 points on Sunday, the tone and the vibe in the locker room will be completely different.
From everybody? Or do you think that they're going to? What if AJ gets 37 yards? The Eagles put up 34, win 34-20, and AJ gets 37 yards and 4 catches.
The reason
you think the vibes are going to be high?
The reason why I will say yes is because one of his things that he has talked about is I'm fine with opening things up for my teammates as long as it's working, which the last 2 weeks it hasn't, right? They scored 16 points and they scored 10 points. Those are his words, right?
He's groused after big wins against big teams this year.
Where they've gone scored 0 points in one half or 0 points in the other half. What I'm going to say, if they put up a bunch of points, let's say they put up 30 points or they put up 27 points, and it's a consistent.
And you're saying both halves too.
Yeah, both
like 17 in one half, 17
right,
in the
like
other.
not the Rams game where you did nothing for an entire half, and we're all questioning what the hell is wrong with this offense. If it's a day where there is a consistent approach from this offense where you're feeling good, you're always thinking they're going to put up points on a drive, whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, and A.J. Brown helped by opening things up for his teammates, I think it's a lot different. But if they score only 13 points and he was only used to open things up for his teammates, he's going to be upset again.
Well, you mean using me without using me?
Exactly.
So he's not happy with that. He's not happy being used to make other people better.
Have you been happy?
He complained about that when
John,
it was
I'll ask
done.
you, have you been happy with the offense this year?
No, but the thing is other players don't have the need to go and continually drag the team into this muck, because even when he was used to set up other players, he wasn't happy.
Right. Look, I'm not excusing A.J. Brown. It's like, again, I woke up this morning pissed off because I knew we had to freaking talk about what he had to say yesterday. It's driving me nuts.
It stinks.
Which is why I'm trying to make fun of Connor's Southern accent.
Connor's Southern accent
I'm just trying to lighten up the mood a little bit.
Is a problem,
man.
Man.
All right, coming up next, as much as A.J. Brown didn't help any of the situation yesterday, I do want to revisit something that he said about actual football. And I wonder, does his honesty give you hope? That and a wild story out of Baylor that I could see Connor Thomas being a part of. It's Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic. Night for Tyrese Maxey. And yes, I'm also adding random things in the show to try to lighten the mood. This is the problem. All right, and let's think about this from my point of view, because that's what everybody cares about, right? Everybody cares about how I feel about the A.J. Brown drama.
Your world,
Really?
princess.
Last night.
Yo, AJ, how you doing?
Last night, after listening to the presser, or the media availability with A.J. Brown, I knew, laying in bed, I have to come up with some fun stories to bring up because I don't want to be beaten down by this all day. That's how bad. That's bleeding into my life. Imagine if you're a player in the locker room.
That's what I've been saying all along. What you're feeling, laying there in bed, his teammates are feeling it.
Yeah.
Because of him. Because of his singular desire to make everything about him. That's what they're feeling. Because they can't live their lives. They can't have a group effort. They can't have a group goal. Because every week they're distracted by the disease of one. One guy wanting his needs to be met.
Well, maybe we can change the distractions to other stories. Connor, was this you?
What'd I do?
Did you recently attend the University of Baylor?
Nah, I'm not awake.
Baylor University? No. You didn't? Okay.
Why?
A student has recently unenrolled after after a university investigation. He's being called the Baylor Pisser.
Oh, no. What?
And this is why I could see it being you. He created a social media account about all the places around campus that he was urinating at outside, including the football stadium.
Now, wait a minute. He's peeing outside, like in the grass, or in the
no, like on buildings.
Oh, well, then that's what do you
like? I peed on the side of the football stadium. Oh, look at me! I'm peeing on the side of the communications building.
Well, it's Texas. They don't get a lot of rain. It's thoughtful. It's helping with drought.
No, it's not good because then it stinks.
And it.
Okay,
it got so bad that other people wanted to be.
Does he show himself? Does he show?
He doesn't show the junk.
No. Does he show his stature? Does he show that he's blonde-haired, dark-haired?
No.
Okay.
But they were able to track the phone. But other people started doing it.
Guy started a movement.
He started a movement at Baylor.
The movement usually comes after you do that.
Yes. So he unenrolled.
Wait a minute. Like, what does it okay. I would make that kid pick up trash all over campus. I would make that kid. I'm not kicking the kid out of school.
He was identified. This is how he officially got caught. McLean Stadium, not Jeff McLean Stadium. McLean Stadium is the stadium for Baylor football. He snuck in late at night.
Oh, okay.
Right,
that's not good.
Right on the 50-yard line.
Okay, that's not good. Yeah, that's.
So, yeah,
okay, I changed my mind. Now.
So he's out.
I thought he was just peeing on the side of the football stadium and stuff like that.
No. He made
I'd make him clean up trash. I'd make him do something like
he's
that.
Out. So Connor, it was not you?
No, that was not me. But
because the name is we still don't know the name. It has not been released yet, so I don't know if it's Connor Thomas or not.
No. I'm private with that stuff.
Could it be one of your Southern relatives?
I don't think so.
Because, by the way, it's a very good school to get in.
Here's the problem, though.
It's a very good school.
Now that he's out of Baylor, he's going to go to some community college somewhere, and they don't have the facilities to deal with that.
He could.
And then they're going to start peeing.
He could
they can't track him down. They don't have the public safety that they do at Baylor.
Wow.
A.J. Brown yesterday, we know, spoke to the media, and it was, more dramatic stories. But I'm curious. I want to play the clip where he talks about, actually the offense for a second. And then I have a question off of it. Here was A.J. Brown talking about how the offense is close.
How close do you think you are to kind of clicking?
I think we are. I think we are. I think that's the mindset to have. I think you're just really just cleaning up those mistakes. It's not about just being close. It's just really just finishing drives. Defense been playing incredible, and we're just trying to do our part, and that starts with the things that it takes no talent, as Nick says all the time.
All right, in a very, very weird and horrible way to go about it, because A.J. Brown.
Because I don't have. By the way, I have no problem with that answer.
No, I have no problem with it.
The mistakes.
But my question is the fact that he is saying that, because he has not shied away from speaking his mind either through reporters or publicly.
Okay.
Does him saying that almost make you feel better? when it comes to actual football, not ask me about Dallas when asked about Jalen Hurts, not how do you think Saquon's production is when asked about his production, when it came to the offense and whether or not he thinks they're close, considering he's been very honest this year, sometimes to a fault, majority of the times to a fault, does that give you any bit of confidence? Like, oh, okay, maybe they are close.
Yeah.
All right, that's good.
Sure. Well, no, I have confidence that they are, though. Like, I really do. I do believe we're heading into a part of the season where the schedule lightens up considerably.
Sure.
And I think this team's going to start to truck people. In some of these games, we're going to see them literally beating the crap out of people. And to me, then everyone's going to go, it's fixed. I'm going to question that because of the quality of competition. But to me, absolutely. That makes me feel better, sure.
Okay.
And I'm just glad to hear something out of his mouth that is
football,
more positive in football.
Yeah.
That's great.
Connors, because I'll be honest, I feel a little bit better. Like if this guy's not been afraid to say stuff this year, right?
No.
And the fact that he said we're close, I don't think that's empty. Like, I think he's actually saying something because he's not been afraid to say what needs to improve the passing. Like, he's not been afraid to speak his mind.
Yeah, I mean, it's a positive thing. Like, I don't know, though. Talk is cheap, right? We've seen them have games this year or halves this year or quarters this year where it looks like they figured something out and then they just haven't. So it's going to feel, to John, your point, like fool's gold based on competition level. But I don't
know, is that fair by me?
No, it's totally fair. But I think mentally this team, like we heard the Tim McManus clip about how the offense is just so like different than the defense mentally. I think they could play Clearview Regional. And all they need to do is just have one of just have one of those games where they blow somebody out, whether they're a good team or not, to just get that momentum going.
By the way, Cleary's on a 1-game winning streak, so show some respect.
I got to tell you, the way I feel about this team after beating Green Bay and Detroit back to back in 6-day period is so good. I have every fact that the offense gets better, even if it's by accident.
Yeah.
And so to me, I look at it and go, look, and I said it to you before it ever came about, before that 2-game stretch came about. If they split, I'd be okay. If they won both, I'd be giddy with it because I did not expect them to be able to beat both of those teams in back-to-back situation. It's fantastic. So I believe they'll fix this stuff.
Sure. And I'm going to bring something up on the other side when it comes to the offense. You know how the first 4 weeks of the season is always considered the continuation of the preseason because they don't play anymore?
For a lot of teams, it is. Yes, you're right.
Can the next 4 weeks kind of be a trial run for some things? Because you are playing lesser opponents. So let's talk about that coming up next. Also, NFL Week 12 kicked off last night. Bills, Josh Allen, handed another loss. I want us to get on the record. To start the 8 o'clock hour, who is in, who is out for both the NFC and AFC? We can write these down so that we're not hemming and hawing during the air. Who makes the playoffs, who doesn't? Because it is tight. Like 1 through 10 in the AFC and 1 through 9 in the NFC.
It is tight.
So we'll do that coming up next as well. It's Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
A 50-burger on the Bucs. I'm Connor Thomas, and that's what Tyrese Maxey did last night in the Sixers' overtime win in Milwaukee. The Sixers beat the Bucs 123-114. Yes, it did take overtime to do it on the back end of a back-to-back, too. So an impressive fight from them and a very impressive performance from Tyrese Maxey, who had a career-high 54 points in the win. Here's how it sounded here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Here's an inside feed to Drummond. Back out. Maxey with it on the drive. Attacks a closeout. Left-hand runner. Good. Maxey puts them up by 5. Timeout Milwaukee. And Tyrese with even 50.
Sixers are now 9-6. They'll play the Heat at home on Sunday. Got a couple of days off that they could very much use. Speaking of overtime, Flyers had a comeback overtime win of their own last night. They were down 2-0 after the first period, but the Flyers came back to force overtime, and Travis Sanheim had the OT winner. Flyers are 10-6-3. They play the Devils tomorrow at home. Maybe build some extra time in your schedule. They play a lot of overtime games, folks. The Eagles are just a couple of days away from their matchup with the Cowboys Sunday, 4:25 p.m. from Dallas. Cam Jurgens, who's dealing with a concussion, was limited at practice practice yesterday, which is a good sign for his potential availability on Sunday. We'll keep an eye on that. Nick Sirianni meets with the media today at 11:50 a.m. And the Union continue their playoff journey Sunday night as they play New York City FC at home. Newey Scruggs, who covers the Cowboys, joins us at 8:25. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Five here on Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic. Coming up at 8 o'clock, we will debate who gets in and who gets knocked out when it comes to the AFC and NFC playoff picture. But I want to talk about the next 4 weeks for the Philadelphia Eagles. All right?
The next 4.
So we always talk about the first 4 weeks of the season being the continuation of the preseason. And,
Okay.
That's when they're working through some things. And, some offenses don't look sharp. Some do, but some offenses don't. And obviously the Eagles, the first 4 weeks of the season last year, they went 2-2. They ended up winning the Super Bowl. This year they go 4-0, but it wasn't necessarily pretty on offense.
No.
And now they're 8-2 at this point of the season, which is still tremendous.
And most people were scared to say that they could go 4-0.
Yeah, you're right.
Except cowards.
And they're there. They were 4-0.
They did.
Can the next 4 weeks kind of be a test drive for some things? I'm not saying that they've been holding back plays on purpose, right? Like, remember the Dallas Goedert nonsense?
Like, they have not been, yes.
But can you start implementing things now moving forward that you can work on? I'm not saying all 4 quarters because you still need to win the football games.
What do you like? Give us some examples of what you're talking about.
Well, a couple of weeks ago, they had to go under center because Brett Toth could not snap the ball in shotgun very well. So they had to go under center, and they found out that it worked. Can they sit down with the wide receivers and say, all right, what kind of route concepts do you want to see? There was a play that a lot of people have been highlighting from the Eagles-Lions game, and I get it. Lions might not be the best example because you held them to 9 points, but there was a play where they had Amon-Ra St. Brown in motion, and right after the snap, he snuck between the right tackle and the right guard, so he kind of got screened a little bit, which helped Cooper DeJean get blocked a little bit. It was not illegal contact or anything, and they got him in the open space. And he caught it, and that was his one big play. Remember, he only had, what, it was a 30-yard catch?
Yeah, it was it.
He had 2 for 42. He had one big play, and that was the one big play. You don't see any of that stuff with the Eagles. Like, you don't. You see hitch routes. You see the occasional slant route. You see the shot downfield to A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. You see the inside zone run with Saquon Barkley.
So you're saying in the next month,
spread out open up the playbook a little bit.
They're going to open it up a little bit.
Well, can they?
Can they? Sure they can. Well, it's a choice.
And they should.
I understand. I'm getting you're absolutely right. Your indignation just in your tone there is right. They should, but they haven't. And to me, it's maybe they felt the opponents were too strong. There's a way to just get by doing things very safe, close to the vest.
Like the Chiefs game. Totally understood.
And it's, by the way, it worked. And to me,
they won.
It works. But it works.
Let's call this what this is. The opponents are not as strong for the next month, so you want them to try some stuff they haven't tried
Cowboys,
yet, right?
Bears, Chargers, Raiders, all defensively not as strong. Correct.
Sure. Cowboys are a divisional opponent who are playing really inspired football right now. Chargers, Bears, both playoff teams currently in the current standing. Like, it might not be Lions, Packers, but the Rams are a really damn good team. And if you want the 1 seed, I don't know that it's time to start experimenting. Like, I want them to try more. You're not wrong.
My question is when? Are you going to experiment in the first round of the playoffs?
Washington, Buffalo, Washington, when you lock a bunch of stuff up.
Well, I don't. What is locked up? The Rams might be.
You hope.
The Rams might be right there with you.
And
still.
what are you going to learn? What are you going to learn against Washington? Like, what are you going to learn against one of the worst defenses in the NFL, who by that time may be 4-10 by the time you play?
It's not execution, right? Because execution, to me, depends on the quality of defense. And I believe with the players on offense, they'll be able to execute. We've seen them run more intensive offensive schemes than this. It's more, does Kevin Patullo have the creativity and the willingness to put those plays in?
Is it more creativity or willingness in your mind for Kevin Patullo?
Willingness.
Creativity. What do you think?
I think it's creativity first because I've been very disappointed by him.
I don't think he has the creativity.
I get what you're saying, willingness, and that starts above him. That's
yes.
Nick.
It does.
That's not Patullo. That's Nick Sirianni not wanting to lose the turnover.
But I don't think he has the creativity.
I find it hard to believe he doesn't know. It's not like he wasn't here last year and he came from college.
All I'm going to say to you is this, is that, again, the average play caller in the NFL serves less than 6 seasons on an offensive staff before they get to call plays. 17 years. Nobody had even called Kevin Patullo for an interview. I think there's a reason for that, and I believe it's been shown the reason for that. Nobody said, yeah, that's the guy. That's the offensive mind that's the guy we gotta elevate, or we gotta go poach from their staff.
It's
not one person did.
It's little things, but like the tush-push variations have been creative.
I think his red zone has been, and I've said, I banged the drum for
up
it.
until last week.
No. I'm going to judge his red zone on the year. They've been one of the
I'm saying up until last week.
Right, they've been one of the best teams in the NFL in the red zone all year long.
Right, but those are all short field situations where you expect your players to be a little bit more conservative with their decisions, so maybe you can get a little bit looser with the play.
They got to open things up in between the 20s.
But I'm going to tell you, I think that what he's shown in the red zone has been more aggressive, more creative, more interesting than I've seen out of the Eagles in the entire run going back to Doug Peterson.
Right, because you're deep in their territory and you're in a safer spot in the field.
But they never did it under Doug, and they never, before.
But all I'm saying is this is why I think it's willingness, not creativity.
Okay.
All right.
That's just it for me. But
his creativity to me has been.
It'll be a little bit of both.
I've heard too many guys who cover the NFL for a living
talk about the
that just say
predictability
that it's terrible predictability, terrible creativity. There is no. They literally say there is no creativity.
By the way, wasn't it documented that they started going under center a little bit more when Brett Toth?
No, it was.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That it was only because they had to.
Yeah, I heard it was a moronic statement. You're listening to 97.5 The Fanatic, WPEN, WPN, HD1, Burlington, Philadelphia, Beasley Media Group Station, broadcasting live from the Comcast Business Studio, powering possibilities. All right, hit us with some football music for this. This is a get on the record day here. I want to know, as we started Week 12 last night, Bills handed a loss yesterday to the Houston Texans. That Texans defense is really good, but Josh Allen looked putrid.
Yeah, it was putrid.
Who makes the playoffs, who doesn't? So I broke it down with my division winners and my 3 wild card teams, but it doesn't have to do that. Whatever you guys did, the 7 teams that make it in the AFC, the 7 teams that make it in the NFC. John believes we will all have similar teams. So
I think we're going to match on 6 out of 7.
So I want you to go first. Go AFC first.
Patriots, Broncos, Colts, and Ravens are your division winners.
Ah.
Oh, listen to this.
Calm down.
Seriously. Mr. 2-2 September is going to now spike a football on the Ravens. They were the favorites to win that division, even when they were 1-5.
And did you guys give me crap for it?
Yes, but we give you crap for everything.
Let's not rewrite history.
I don't think when they're favorites to win the division, betting favorites.
You guys
I don't think it's
at me.
I don't think
get the propeller hat ready.
Connors knows where that propeller hat is.
Yeah, you're easy to laugh at.
Patriots, Broncos, Colts, Ravens. The wild cards.
4 for 4.
You want the divisions?
Do you have
same 4 division winners?
Okay, so we're 4 for 4.
Oh, welcome to the party.
Wild cards, Chargers, Bills, Chiefs.
I have one difference.
I also have one difference.
That's what I thought we'd be all right. I said 6 out of 7. We're going to match.
I hate it because I don't like them, but I think the Jags sneak in.
Really?
I'm with you.
Yeah.
You do think the Jags sneak in? Tell me about their schedule. Because I did not look at it.
It's not easy.
They've got 2 against the Titans still, don't they?
They have 1 against the Titans. They have 2 Colts and 1 Broncos.
Yeah, I think those could be 3 losses.
It is not easy. They have the Cardinals and Titans in back-to-back weeks, which I could see them winning. The Chargers have a tough stretch of Eagles, Chiefs, Cowboys, Texans, Broncos. So to me, their schedule is just more difficult than the Jags' schedule.
Yeah, easier.
Easier. It's not easy.
All right.
You play the Cardinals and Titans.
It is easy. By the way, the Chargers they're just getting banged up constantly. And I don't think they're a good enough team that they will overcome all these injuries. I could be wrong, but I have the Chargers, the team out.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys, who's the team out for you?
No, the Chiefs are out for me. I don't think the Chiefs are
Chiefs
out. Okay.
Yeah.
I have Chiefs in.
I just give too much respect. All right.
That's interesting.
What do you got? What do you got in the NFC then, Mr. Kincade?
Oh, in the NFC, I think it's almost simple in the NFC. I think we're all going to agree on 6 out of 7. It's Eagles, it's Rams, it's Lions, it's Bucks.
I'm 4 for 4 with you there.
Correct.
Okay, so we all agree on 4 out of the 6 there. It's simple that the Seahawks are in.
Yes.
That's not even a question. I think the Bears are going to be in.
I agree with you that the Bears will make it.
I think the Bears are going to be in, and I think that the Packers are going to be in.
Ooh, I have a different team than the Green Bay Packers.
I think Talboy is making the playoffs.
The 49ers are going to be in.
Really? I think the Packers miss.
So you think the Packers miss?
Yeah, I'm gonna love it.
So in other words, we have 7 games to play, and the 3 of us agree on 6 out of 7 playoff teams.
Yeah, kind of crazy.
Especially with how tight it is, but it just feels like we know who's who.
Yeah, look, so the teams that are on the bubble right now, the Texans, I think they have to win their division in order to make the playoffs.
And they're not beating the Colts out in that division.
They're not.
They're too far back, right? The Colts are what, 2 losses?
Yeah.
And they have 5 losses.
Yeah,
they're not making up that in that time frame.
The Chiefs and Ravens, I think, make it in. And then on the NFC side, like the bubble teams, do you think the Vikings make the playoffs? No.
I do not.
Do you think the Cowboys make the playoffs? No. I don't think I have no respect for the Panthers, so I don't think the Panthers are going to make the playoffs. Our biggest difference is the Niners, and they play each other on Sunday or Monday.
They do.
The Niners and the Panthers.
It's all going to come down to too is that the Niners lose that game. I think they're absolutely missing the playoffs. If they lose that home game to Carolina, they're missing the playoffs.
Yeah, they got Purdy back. Their offense seems to be getting a little better, and their schedule's just still so easy. I think they got to get enough wins.
Look, Packers, Vikings, Lions, Bears, Broncos, Bears, Ravens, Vikings. That is a tough stretch.
It is tough.
And that tie that they have against the Cowboys might end up killing them.
Or it could be the tiebreaker that gets the man.
It could help them too, yeah.
It all depends.
But let's see, does 9 get the win against Green Bay this week?
You love him.
God,
I hate him.
He is my new, he's one of my new.
I'm rooting against him.
Yeah, I'm rooting against him now, too.
By the way, did you hear his latest excuse?
What's that?
Oh, did you guys not know this?
No.
2 days ago, he spoke to
What's his latest excuse?
His mechanics are different in the NFL than what they were in college.
Well, he was playing in the Mickey Mouse. So he was like 8 games a year. He was playing against teams that didn't have anybody at any position that was as good as Michigan had.
Here's his quote. Coming in here, I was taught to play quarterback in a very different way. That's expected going into the league. I feel like it's just repetitions. How many times can I go home? And every time I take the dogs out, I'm getting 10 drops each time. Little things like that keep building the reps.
Wow, he's really he's a deep thinker.
9, bro.
Just ask him, baby.
9. I just love how the world is collectively making fun of him after the whole 9 thing happened.
9.
Awesome.
9.
All right, coming up next, just how much better is this Cowboys defense? They got new bodies, new players, guys coming back from injury. Newy Scruggs covers the Cowboys. He'll tell us next. It's Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5, The Fanatic. 12 here on Kincade and Salciunas 97.5 The Fanatic on a Football Friday. We have today's headlines with Connor Thomas here in a minute. Can you give us a text message, Connor, as it is a Football Friday, brought to us by Norristown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, driving to great deals at all fall sales event at Norristown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, and get wicked good deals all month long on a Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram. Visit NorristownChryslerDodge.com. And again, sorry, Newey Scruggs joins us at 8:25.
We were a little excited for Newey.
I was a step ahead on the show sheet. What do we got?
That's okay. No worries. This texter checks in. JJ from Pottstown says Devontae Smith is the best wide receiver on the team, and the pass game is stalling because they're trying to force it through A.J. Brown. Most often when Hurts makes on-time, in-rhythm throws, they seem to go to Devontae Smith.
Well, hold on a second. Last week, they forced the ball to A.J. Brown. The week before, they did not, and it was still bad. Right? So the week before, A.J. Brown had 3 targets, 2 of which happened on the first drive. The third happened on the final offensive play of the game for the Eagles. So what was the problem that day?
Okay.
It's the predictability of the offense in the same freaking route tree over and over and over again.
I get you. I get you. On that.
Last week, you can make that point. The week before, you can't. The week before against the Packers was not the case.
DJ, who put up numbers for me before, shared some more, and he goes, Devontae Smith this year has hit speed on the field 3 times better than games that he did last year during the regular season. So he has not lost a step. Saquon, matching last year's numbers, has not lost a step. Again, A.J. Brown, not. Now, the thing is, I think it's A.J. Brown's hammy.
Could be.
I'm going to give A.J. the benefit of the doubt.
He said yesterday he's fine.
He says that, but he's a great player.
Yeah.
He's a great player. But I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt is that he's still trying to find his way with that injury.
Sure. All right, it's time now for today's headlines with Connor Thomas.
Today's headlines with the Connor Thomas.
What do we got, the Connor Thomas?
I'm trying not to do a Southern accent at any point in this one. And let me tell you about our friends over at Lundy Law. For over 70 years, Lundy Law has been fighting for injured people. If you need them, remember the name Lundy Law, your injury lawyers. Visit LundyLaw.com. That's LundyLaw.com. Now, some people might have seen this video circulating on social media, but Cam Scatterboot, we saw the actual event of him being up at the WWE event and getting in that pushing match, but he also had a little run-in with some Eagles fans as he was scooting around up there in New York, and he was perplexed by the way that the Eagles fans were treating him.
And go a certain direction, and no one's listening? We'll just follow him, yeah. All right. Wow. I just don't understand. Like, you see me in public and you say "Go Birds," it just makes no sense.
Well, buddy, you better figure it out because you're going to be hearing it for a while.
You know what he doesn't get? He doesn't have a passion. And honestly, with all due respect, because I think the Giants have a good fan base, but they're not a passionate fan base. He doesn't understand a passionate fan base.
It's a rallying cry.
He's not getting
Go
it.
Birds is a greeting. It's a rallying cry. It's all those.
Go Big Blue. He doesn't understand that, like things like that, or Go Bucks or whatever. I mean, it happens for big programs.
And by the way, those people walking by might not be Cam Scatterboot fans. They might be Eagles fans that are just saying, screw you, go Birds.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. And he just doesn't comprehend that yet, but he's going to learn soon.
I just have a feeling there's a lot of things he doesn't comprehend.
Yeah, I'm not thinking he's not going to be on NFL Jeopardy week.
Yeah.
Is what I'm guessing.
Yeah.
He's not on NFL Jeopardy week.
Are you dominant to the taco? Have you guys seen that video?
No.
Where he's like streaming and he's like turning his head and he's like, do you turn your head for the taco or do you turn the taco for your head?
Yeah, no, I'm out.
Okay, so he really is a deep thinker.
I like that guy.
No, I think
of course you do.
But I got to tell you, guys, I'm not going to say this again. I'm on Team Connor. If he played here, he would absolutely be one of our favorite players ever. People would absolutely love Cam Scatterboot.
What else we got?
Yeah, we also have a check-in here because there's something that a father of a top basketball recruit doesn't love. So Baba Oladoton is one of the top basketball recruits in the class of 2026. He's the #1 player out of the state of Maryland, a 5-star recruit and top 10 player in the entire class. He just made a commitment to Maryland, which people might hear and say, okay, well, kid from Maryland, top recruit. They got a good basketball program, good run last year. Makes sense. His dad talked about why they picked Maryland because it came down to Maryland and Georgetown. And his father said, you just find the one that we felt like logistically what's the best for us, and then went on to talk about how traffic would make it tough for him to get to the games at Georgetown.
What?
So they picked Maryland to avoid the traffic.
Respect it.
I do too.
What?
Honestly.
Respect it. I hate traffic. That's why I do mornings, John.
Dude, it's not about you. It's about your kid picking the school. It's not about you, Dad.
Listen, man, traffic sucks.
Dad, you're not the main character. I know you think you are, and you think it's about you. It's not. That would be terrible. That would be terrible.
It's not like he's going to UMBC over Georgetown because of traffic. Like, it is still University of Maryland. But, hey, listen, for every parent out there that has sat in traffic trying to take their kids to Little League
what
or
is
a high
his
school
name?
game, Baba Oladotu.
Baba Oladoto. I do not know Baba.
Yeah,
I don't know
He's
his
a high
work.
school player.
I
so
don't
he
know.
hasn't-
No, but I've never heard of the work. But that's good.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
good
not
for
up on the
Baba.
Maryland high school basketball scene.
Dad, it's not about you.
I think there's a lot of parents that do understand that sentiment, though. But right or wrong, I think anyone driving kids to practice has been in that, traffic again.
Man.
By the way, speaking of Maryland, was there an update on Pharrell Payne? You guys see the injury that he had?
No.
No, I didn't.
He went up for a dunk over the weekend. And,
It did not go. I did see the play.
Dude, it was horrible.
Yeah, it's bad.
He landed. I don't know if I can't tell if he landed on an ankle of somebody.
I
or,
think he
or if the floor was wet, because you know how they do this.
Oh, he's
I
slipping.
think he got
Bang
somebody's
face on.
Oh, it's bad.
Like they had to cart him out of
Yeah, it's
the
bad.
arena. I'll try to find an update for you. But it was-
Connor. You don't need to see it though.
No, I'm good on that.
It's painful.
No, like literally the coach.
I think he went on the ankle.
Yeah, I don't know
think
exactly
so,
what it was,
but it's nasty.
But the coach of Maryland technically is not supposed to be on the court. He broke all. He didn't care. He ran right to his player, and then
And the opposing coach was like thumbs up to
yeah,
him.
they didn't. Yeah, and then the post game press conference, like he didn't even want to talk about the game.
Yeah, that's,
You know,
that's no
it
good.
was ugly.
terrible.
All right, good job, Connor.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, coming up next. Now we will speak with Newey Scruggs.
You sure?
Yes.
You positive?
8:25. Look, I can't.
No
be
false alarms,
I
right?
can't be perfect all the time. All right. Newey Scruggs, who covers the Cowboys, will join us next. So let me do that tease again. Is the Cowboys' defense actually that much better? We'll speak with him coming up next. It is Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
2 overtime wins. I'm Connor Thomas, and that's what happened in the Philadelphia sports scene last night. Sixers beat the Bucks 123-114 in overtime in Milwaukee last night. And this guy, Tyrese Maxey, might be pretty good at basketball. Career high 54 points in the win. Here's how it sounded here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Maxey with it. Step back shot on court. It's good again. A triple. And Doc Rivers calls timeout. Whoa, they're watching a star in the Sixers. Tyrese Maxey. He's got 40.
Maybe Doc should have played that guy. Sixers are now 9-6. They'll play the Heat at home on Sunday. Speaking of overtime, Flyers had a comeback overtime win of their own. They were down 2-0 after the first. Forced overtime, and Travis Sanheim had the winner. Flyers are 10-6-3. They'll play the Devils tomorrow at home. Eagles, they're playing the Cowboys in Dallas Sunday. We know that. Just a couple of days away from a big-time matchup. Cam Jurgens, who's dealing with a concussion, was limited at practice yesterday, which is a good sign for his potential availability for Sunday. No official word yet. We'll keep an eye on that. Nick Sirianni meets with media today at 11:50. And the Union continue their playoff journey Sunday night as they play New York City FC. Newey Scruggs, who covers the Cowboys down in Dallas, joins us coming up next. This update is brought to you by our friends over at Indeed.com. Ready to find the right candidates for your job posting? Indeed Sponsored Jobs helps connect you with talent that actually matches what you're looking for. Starting at Indeed.com/credit. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
life on Sunday? Well, they're finally facing a defense that isn't the Detroit Lions or the Green Bay Packers, but it is a new-look defense for the Dallas Cowboys. We'll speak about that with our man, Newey Scruggs, here momentarily. You can continue to text in, calling at 610-632-0975. Our topic today that we started the show off with, do you believe that Sunday will be the right step to quieting some of the drama for the Eagles, or have we reached a point of no return where there's always going to be something that, hey, they look really good this Sunday against the Cowboys, but maybe they don't look so great the following week against the Chargers, and then there's a new leak. There's a new report.
Yeah, well, how about this? I'll make a guarantee.
All right.
If things do continue or dissolve or whatever, it's going to be because of one person, and I'll tell you who the one person is. It'll be A.J. Brown.
Okay.
It won't be any other players on offense. None of the other players on offense will take out a can of gasoline and try to create a fire. Not one. That's a guarantee with a G.
Wow.
They won't do that.
How about that? All right, I have another random story to give you before we hopefully connect with Mr. Scruggs down in Dallas. Did you hear what's going on at UTEP?
No, what happened? Somebody pee?
The University of Texas at El Paso.
Yep.
So they, like every school, are trying to get every dime that they can from NIL money. They are being investigated by the FBI. That's not true because it's a fake story. But it got a lot of people. A lot of people started running with this story that the cartel was donating money to UTEP.
What?
And news what?
Gotta find money somewhere.
News outlets starting running with it. And then, I don't know how this keeps happening in today's day and age.
How you mean?
You mentioned one, the Patrick Mahomes thing the other day.
You have to look and see if accounts are parody accounts.
Yes.
And the parody account is the Jets are going to check in about Patrick Mahomes because he'd like to play for a team
that's rebuilding,
start something again from the bottom. And it's a parody account. It's right on the account. And people ran
are running with it.
People ran with it because people they don't know how to read social media.
And so the reason why I bring that up to try to lighten up the mood a little bit and also bring it down at the same point. When you see people say, oh, all this drama with A.J. Brown is fake, right?
Really?
No, these articles are fake or stories are fake and people are running with it because they saw a parody account.
Right.
A.J. Brown is actually saying these things.
A.J. is the one.
These things are coming from him.
A.J. is doing this. No one's doing it to him.
Are we sure it's not the cartel?
It's just unbelievable.
Well,
the cartel's great, though.
I would say there has been some gambling things that have been going on with the five families. I don't know.
Could be.
All right, join us now on the Comcast Business Hotline. Every day in business is a big day. Let Comcast Business help you move forward with what's next. A 19-time Emmy winner. Even John Kincade can't say that.
No, 19. I can't say it once.
Covers all things sports-wise down in Dallas and Fort Worth, Texas for NBC. Our man Newey Scruggs joins us. Newey, good morning. How you doing, man?
Andrew, John's been too long. How we doing?
Are the Emmys behind you as you speak, or do you have them in a display case?
I got a few of them behind me.
That's a few of them.
That's a nice little flex.
Can't build a big enough shelf.
Yeah, the recent ones are behind.
That's great.
So, Newey, we had you on right before Week 1, before the Eagles and Cowboys opened up the entire NFL season, and you were very comfortable saying that the Eagles were going to win that football game. The defense looks a lot different. My question for you, how much different, and is it better compared to the last time we had you on, which was days after they traded away Micah Parsons?
Better? Yes. Yes, it's better. But, I mean, better from the standpoint of he was 32nd, 31st in a lot of categories in the league. You're dead last in third down percentage. So you couldn't go anywhere but up, and you bring in a guy like Quinn Williams that's going to help you out. Is it good enough that you can do something with it? I mean, this week when I was doing a podcast, I do two of them for the Cowboys. Like, it's the Raiders. You know, when you look at who they've beaten, and this is where Cowboy fan gets on the hopium too much. You've beaten the last place Jets, the last place Giants, the last place Raiders. and then you beat Washington. And Washington is nothing like we thought they would be. They beat bad teams. The last 3 years, even under McCarthy, when they were making the playoffs, the challenge always was they couldn't beat good teams, and they had problems beating teams who could run the football. So the test on Sunday is really simple. Can you hold up on both sides of the line? Because when you face the Eagles, they're going to be good in the trenches. Can you match them? And, yeah, the Cowboys had the football with an opportunity to win the game. The CeeDee Lamb out here dropping the ball left and right. Can they get it to the fourth quarter? We'll see. But one thing we know about the Eagles, and I said all week long, is they know how to close the show. And that's the difference between people who are winners and the Cowboys who are losers. They couldn't close the show against the Eagles. They had the Packers and then tied them. Couldn't close the show there. Carolina, it's a tie game. They let Carolina get the football with 6 minutes to go, and Carolina finished off a 6-minute drive and kicked the field goal to win the game. So this is what the Cowboys are. They're a team that can't beat good teams.
Louis, does it feel different under Schottenheimer at all? Like, and can you contrast the difference between the McCarthy era, which we were more comfortable with as far as understanding, and what you've seen out of Schotty?
Yeah. Yeah. Look, Mike McCarthy's a guy who was never comfortable here. Green Bay and Dallas are about two different situations as possible. I remember one time they were doing one of these pressers where it's Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, and Mike. It's like a draft press. And then all the questions are Jerry. And Mike just looked up and said, I don't know why I'm here. And I'm just kind of like, yeah, me either. Because nobody wants to ask you anything because you're not going to tell us anything. We know we're going to get the truth from Jerry. After a game, Jerry does a press conference. There are more cameras lined up to hear Jerry than is Mike McCarthy. I mean, it's just that way. Schotty embraces it. Schotty reminds me, and I'm not calling him this, but Schotty reminds me how Joe Torre was able to understand and deal with George Steinbrenner. If you read the book, The Yankee Years, he gets Jerry. He gets all of it, and he's cool. Mike never was. Mike didn't like it. He didn't like the fact that Jerry would go on the air and tell you who was going to play that week and not. Remember Dalvin Cook was on the practice squad, and when he did the show on Tuesdays, the guys would ask, hey, is Dalvin Cook playing this week? No, he's not playing. Then you go ask Mike, and Mike would get upset, and then Dalvin Cook's family would be listening to Jerry's show to find out if he's going to play this week. He's going to lock up talking down. Hey, bro, you okay? And literally, if you want to ask who's going to play, the guys, Jerry talks today at 10:30 on Friday. They used to do that show. You got to ask Jerry about who's going to play. He's going to sit up here and tell you the whole thing. Jerry ain't got no problem doing it. A head coach like McCarthy didn't like it. So Schotty gets it, understands it, and he's a very good communicator. How he handled the whole Marshawn Nealon situation is a true testament to what he is about, what he's learned from his father, and a lot of the things he took from Pete Carroll. So Schotty really does fit what Jerry wants because he's going to let Jerry do all the stuff he wants to do because Jerry's a part of the show. He wants to be a part of the show. He is a part of the show. That's his thing.
Does that ever exhaust the players, Jerry, and part of the show? I remember a couple of weeks ago, he straight up said, yeah, I say stuff on purpose. I make things up on purpose sometimes just to try to stay in front of the media. So which is great for you when it comes to covering the team. Does that ever weigh on the players?
Wait on Michael Parsons. He couldn't handle it. That was a part of the thing that ended at the end. He couldn't handle it. Yeah. It starts to become about, who are you as a player? I remember Dak. Dak went through it. So it was the year Dak got hurt. He got hurt in the Tampa Bay game, missed a bunch of games, and Cooper Rush played well. And it was the Eagles week. And Jerry says in the press conference, because he just held it impromptu to him. Would it be something to be talking about a quarterback controversy if we win this game? He says that.
Yeah.
He says it. Of course, he knows we're all going to write about it. Well, we'll talk about it. I'm still out of my life. Dude, this is foolish. But I just know Jerry because I've done this 27 years. I know what Jerry would have been a great boxing promoter out there with Bob Arum and Don King because he just, I'm sucking you fools in. And sure enough, everybody writes to get the clicks and all that kind of stuff. And then we asked Dak about it the next day. Dak just, he just kind of just like, okay. And McCarthy was not happy at all. But this is a part of the show. You got to understand it. And that's why I say so much of what Joe Torre was able to do with a guy like Steinbrenner, he got it. This is a part of the show. Play this part. And Schotty does an excellent job at it. And that whole Michael Parsons stuff was distracting and foolish. Schotty played it perfectly the whole way. Even afterwards, once they made the trade, he got on board with this lie. Said, it was all unanimous. I was for it. No, you weren't. You're a hostage, but you understand what you got to do. It's like when Jason Kidd had to sit up there next to Nico Harris when you trade Luka Doncic. They're wearing alignment. Okay. So that's where I get shoddy credit.
No, if the Eagles don't turn the ball over, which is something that they're the best in the NFL at not doing, is there a way Dallas wins this game?
Special teams. If Kevontae Turpin is able to, make some type of play on special teams, and if Brandon Aubrey is out here kicking 65-yard field goals, there's a possibility. But you go back to game one. What's the difference? Miles Sanders fumbles inside the red zone, and you lose. And and then another one where the Cowboys couldn't punch it in from the red zone. That was another problem too. The Cowboys were 2 for 3 in that game, and the Eagles were 3 for 3. You got to figure that out here. But it's a divisional game. It's a game at home. It's a game where get it to the fourth quarter and see what you can do. That to me is the biggest thing for them. Just do that. Don't turn the football over. Contain Jalen Hurts. Get it to the fourth quarter, and then you'll see whatever it is you can do. One thing that will be different from the first game is Pickens is more comfortable at wide receiver with Dak Prescott. They do have a true chemistry, and your right guard Tyler Booker is no longer a rookie, and per se, from that first game where he had no clue what was coming. Now, Jalen Carter ain't going to get kicked out before the first defensive play, so that's going to be a whole difference too. Okay, so we talked about that. Like, hey, don't fool yourself. But on the other side, Lane Johnson not being there, that matters. I mean, he's a Hall of Fame talent player. And I don't care what team it is, when you miss dudes like that, it challenges you. And the Eagles have done a good job of bringing backups in, but still, certain players are just damn elite at what they do, and there's a change when they're not there.
Newey, listen, man, we appreciate the time.
Thanks, Newey.
Great catching up with you again. Enjoy yourself on Sunday, and we'll talk to you probably next season because if the Eagles win on Sunday, I think it's pretty much over for the Cowboys this year.
Oh, yeah. I've been talking about 2026. People get mad.
Get ready for the draft.
I'm like, that's the problem. No, hey, look, I'm a realist. This is a team I thought would win 6-7 games, and I still feel that way. And that's just what it is, and Jerry made a trade. It'll help. They'll be competitive, but it's too little too late. Yep. All right, guys, take care.
Thank you, buddy.
Right, thanks, man. There he is, Newey Scruggs on the Comcast Business Hotline. All right, coming up next, we have another week where we are rooting for teams to help the Eagles as they continue on this journey on the path to the 1 seed. We will give you the non-Eagle rooting guide next. And I have 2 stories that I can get to. One that Connor, and I think all of us will hate, or one that Connor will love. I'll let him pick next, okay? Because I'm trying to keep it light. I'm tired of the A.J. Brown drama that he continues to provide. It's Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5, The Fanatic. You're on Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5, The Fanatic. We'll get back to our text line here momentarily. Do you believe Sunday will be the right step in quieting some of the drama? That means they have a good offensive performance. Or have we reached a point of no return? You can
Drama
text
just seems to be the word, doesn't it?
It does, and it's always caused by in-house. Stop with the media thing. Like I saw
Caused
yesterday,
in-house by
A.J. Brown.
Thank you.
I saw yesterday somebody on Twitter post the video of Brandon Graham last year on his radio show talking about how number 1 and number 11 not on the same page. Number 11 needs to do a better job at sort of handling the personal stuff. They're not the same friends like they used to. And somebody posted it and was like, man, maybe we shouldn't have ignored this last year. And I'm like, well, we didn't.
We didn't ignore it.
But then there was a banner being flown over the link the next day saying the media is trying to kill the Eagles. And I go, oh, hold on a second. It's like the 50 Cent meme. You know,
correct.
What are you saying F me for? Like, well, he's the one that said it. And now A.J. Brown every single day is doing something new. And I would like for the offense to play well on Sunday, 1, for my own sanity,
and then it'd be
2,
great
for this to kind of calm everybody down.
What if we could have a non-A.J. Brown Monday?
How about a non-A.J. Brown week?
No, but it's just I'm just hoping for Monday.
Okay,
Let's just hope for Monday.
One day at a time.
That we're talking about something other than A.J. Brown making himself the story.
One day at a time. That would be nice. All right, give us a text message on that, and then we'll get to the non-Eagle NFC rooting guide, and then I will let Connor pick the next story to talk about.
Okay. We've got Rick from Northeast Philly checking in that says they need to open up the playbook a bit, not just this Sunday, but in the next 4 weeks like you were talking about. More crossing routes and have Latu play more at fullback and tight end, Granson and Calcaterra.
Was that Andrew DeCecco texting
It was
in?
not. It was Rick from Northeast Philly.
Wow.
Okay, we got some Cam Latu love on the text line. Look, these next 4 games you're playing lesser opponent defensively, right? So you can try some things. I'm not saying completely overhaul your playbook, even though we would all love that. But start installing some things that you could hopefully see if it works and then use that down the road. All right, in the NFC, obviously Eagles still the number 1 seed. We'll get to the Rams because they play Sunday night. So Packers-Vikings, even though the Packers aren't too much of a threat.
No, we want them out, though.
We want them out. So we're rooting for 9.
How many times do you want to go to that well and, like, if they were to come in again?
Right.
And you beat them twice last year. You beat them this year once. Like, you just don't want to go to that well because you weren't that much better than them.
Oh, yeah, all the games were tight. So
I would live at that well. I would build a house around that well.
So we're rooting
Jordan
for
Love stinks.
We're rooting for 9.
But yes.
You're rooting for Minnesota
JJ.
to be out because, look, Minnesota to step up and say, look, they need the one game that'll give them the belief that, like, 9's still there. They bring it out on Sunday and just show that they're not real.
And for my home life, my mom and brother are heading up to Lambeau today. I'm driving them to the airport.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, but they're going to.
I pray to God that they get a good game because they're going to be miserable
we'll
if they
see
don't.
about that one. Giants-Lions, obviously rooting for the Giants. I don't think that's going to
that's not happening.
Work in their favor.
Yeah, don't worry, that's not happening.
Bears play the Steelers, so an AFC team, so we would root for Pittsburgh. That one's easy because that has nothing to do with us.
That's what we want.
And then there's Bucks-Rams. So you got to root for the Bucks. Like, you have to.
Of course. Yeah.
There's no, go Tampa. Like, we're Baker Mayfield fans Sunday night. Because if the Rams get handed their 3rd loss and the Eagles improve to 9-2, not only do you have one more win against them in the win-loss column, you also have the tiebreaker. So that would give you basically a 1.5 lead. And then lastly, it's Panthers-Niners. I guess is that a pick your poison?
No, you want the Niners out.
Because you're more
you want
worried about the...
No, just bring the Niners down. Just bring the Niners down.
Okay.
They're in playoff position right now. Knock them down.
Because then they'd be tied record-wise.
Right, just bring them down.
All right. So pretty simple.
Those guys go.
This week's
week.
easier. Last week was like, which one do we really want?
No, it's a simple week.
This week's easy. It's kind of chalky.
And hopefully it's a nice, comfortable day. I am so looking forward to Sunday afternoon, just watching football. And hopefully it's going to be a fun day.
And 425 is so great.
Yeah. I appreciate it not being 825.
Yeah, I'm tired of the night games.
I've noticed it's hard to catch up. It takes a couple days to catch up.
Yeah, night games, overtime games for the Sixers and Flyers.
Yeah,
like, can we just play normal sports?
It's all the Flyers do is play overtime.
That's all they do.
Just ask Raider Frank. Raider Frank is losing his mind over it. Like, he quit on the game last night when they were down 2-0. Was like, I'm done with this garbage. Then they end up coming back and winning. He goes, yeah, but they're winning these games. And look, he makes a good point. There's no, winning in a 5-minute overtime in postseason hockey.
Yeah.
but there's also no reason to believe that they wouldn't win half those games or more in postseason if they were tied and went to overtime.
All right, Connor, do you want a story that you will not like or a story that you will like?
Let's go not like. I want to redirect the angst to something else.
Okay. Could this be the beginning of the future?
What?
There is a
beginning of the future.
Carl Peters is an owner of a cocktail and karaoke bar.
Sounds great.
In England.
You like karaoke.
Yeah, I love karaoke.
So and you love cocktails and you love bars.
Well,
3 for 3.
I think we're in common on that one.
But Carl Peters created a rule.
What?
You are not allowed to go by yourself. He has banned solo drinkers from his bar.
What?
The reason being he wants it to be a safe environment. And he doesn't mention, like, bad things.
What 2025 crap is this?
He mentions if you're there by yourself, let's say, Connor, you go to the bar by yourself, which you've done. And
I do often.
I respect it. And you see, a group of 3 beautiful ladies, right?
They scare me. I sit in the corner. I don't talk to
them. And you go, you know what? Let me introduce myself. Well, that could be annoying the people, which it could be.
Yeah, but 2 dudes can go together or 2 women can go together.
No, it's not single. You're not allowed to go to the bar by yourself.
I know. But so 2 dudes can walk in together.
Yes, correct.
And they can go in. And they can be just as annoying and 2 girls can go together.
That is absolutely true.
It doesn't make any sense.
So he is banning solo drinkers from his bar. And he is shocked by how many people have ripped him to shreds on social media.
Yeah, Carl.
What do you think? People are predators?
Yeah.
Like you're just saying that the
no,
average...
it wasn't even that. It was literally to mitigate risk and protect his customers from
mitigate risk.
From being mithered, which is a term in England for being bothered or annoyed.
Well, mitigate risk also must mean that people being...
No, he's mitigating the risk from people being mithered.
Either way, Carl, dude. Going to the bar alone is a great thing. And
I've done it when I've been on the road, especially, hey, maybe somebody is traveling to the UK.
How about you're traveling, you pull up, you have a cocktail at the bar.
You want to go to the bar, and the guy goes, no, you're not allowed in here.
That's stupid.
I got to have a chat with my chap, Carl, over there.
Yeah, dude, Carl, it's bad work by Carl.
Yeah, that's really a dumb policy.
I don't like that.
That's a dumb policy, and he wonders why he's getting ripped.
By the way, credit to Ray Dunn, who tweeted that. I saw him tweet out the link. And he was very bothered by it as well.
Is Ray a go-to-the-bar-by-himself person, though? I wouldn't guess that.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I wouldn't guess him as a just walk into a random bar by himself.
He had the famous story this summer where he was walking home and it started raining, so he had to go to Yakitori Boy by himself.
Oh,
well, that's
what a tough night.
Yeah, and then he stayed there for like 4 hours.
There you go.
Oh, Carl just texted in. He said it's the media creating the problems with the
and
one
AJ
person
Brown
at the
says
bar.
he loves it as long as Jalen Hurts isn't there.
Damn it, I turned it back into the Eagles.
Coming up next, just how good has Tyrese Maxey been this season? 54 points last night. Vegas is telling you to pay attention. It's Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Are you getting ready to move? Or are you going to finally organize that garage, Joe? Or are you going to remodel that bathroom? Whatever the home cleanup project that you've got going on, you need a bagster. The dumpster in a bag, the 3 cubic yard dumpster in a bag that you carry out under your arm. It's simple to pick up, just $29.99. And you can pick it up at Home Depot, Lowe's, local home improvement stores. It's awesome. The Bagster's so easy to set up, and if I can set it up, I can promise you that you can. And then it's ready to take on all the debris, all the junk, all the garbage you want to get rid of. And then you buy it, you fill it, you schedule your collection, and it'll be gone. There's no time limit. So if you buy it today, which I'm going to suggest you do it this weekend, you can decide when you're going to use your Bagster. It's awesome. It's completely on demand. You're in charge. You just finally got to get after the cleanup project that you've been putting off because you're like, where am I going to put all this junk? Well, you're going to stick it in the Bagster. The dumpster in a bag. Go check it out at local home improvement stores like Home Depot, Lowe's, and tell them John Kincade was the one who gave you the tip to pick it up.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
2 overtime wins. I'm Connor Thomas, and the Sixers beat the Bucks last night in overtime, 123-114 up in Milwaukee on the back end of a back-to-back. Tyrese Maxey, he didn't seem any tired. 54 points, a career high in the win for Maxey. It was an incredible night and some great calls by Tom McGinnis here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Here's an inside feed to Drummond. Back out. Maxey with it on the drive. Attacks a closeout. Left-hand runner. Good. Maxey puts them up by 5. Timeout Milwaukee. And Tyrese with even 50.
Are we seeing the birth of an MVP candidate? We'll keep an eye on that as the season continues. Sixers are now 9-6. They'll play the Heat at home Sunday. Flyers won in overtime as well, down 2-0 after the first period, but they came back and won it in the extra period with Travis Sanheim scoring the winner. They're 10-6-3. They'll play the Devils tomorrow at home. Eagles are just a couple days away from their matchup with the Cowboys. Big game Sunday, 4:25 in Dallas. Cam Jurgens, who's been dealing with a concussion, was limited at practice yesterday. Good sign for his potential availability Sunday. Nick Sirianni meets with media at 11:50, and the Union get back on the playoff push. Their journey in the postseason continues Sunday night as they play New York City FC. This update is brought to you by Gary Barbera. Once again, Gary Barbera's on the Boulevard is proud to support ToysForTots.org. Every vehicle on Barbera's lot helps Toys for Tots. Is Barbera the best? Boy, I guess. Go Birds. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Seven here on Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic. Got the re-rack here momentarily. You can continue to text in at 610-632-0975. Do you believe that Sunday will be the right step, the step in the right direction to quieting some of this drama, or have we reached a point of no return where we're just going to have to freaking deal with it forever? Tyrese Maxey is being noticed by Vegas. Do you know that he is now climbed up to 6th for MVP odds this year? Now, it's drastically different from who's up top. All right?
All right.
Maxey's at plus 8,000, so technically he's 5th. He's tied with Cade Cunningham for 5th at plus 8,000. And then it's Giannis at 1,500, Luka at 400, Nikola Jokic plus 175, and then Shea is the favorite at plus 135. So he is still very, very, very far behind from a odd standpoint in terms of numbers. But the fact that he is 5th,
it's respect.
And that shows you just how good he's been playing this year. And that is not something that we have been able to say in years past, that when there's been a lot of nonsense and injuries and drama surrounding the Sixers. I'm talking about the Sixers this time, not the Eagles. Where there's been all this stuff with the Sixers, Tyrese Maxey has not been able to play well enough to overcome all that stuff and uplift the team. Now, part of it may be also the players that have been around him. There are more players on this Sixers team that kind of suit what Tyrese Maxey can do. With a guy like VJ Edgecombe that can go on the break with him. Whenever Kelly Oubre is healthy, he can play alongside Tyrese Maxey a little bit better than just being in the half court with Joel Embiid. So what you're seeing out of Tyrese Maxey right now is not only is he taking his game to the next level, but he's also getting help from some of the players that are around him because finally they have a young team. That's the other thing. Like last year, Tyrese Maxey was trying to do this stuff with a bunch of 38-year-olds and 40-year-olds. Or like Eric Gordon was playing legit minutes last year. That wasn't that long ago.
No, Kyle Lowry actually got on the court.
Yes.
It's fun to see people now, and this is maybe incorrect on my part, but to me, it looks like they now have guys who can run with Maxey.
No, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Who can match his energy that over the years he had quality basketball players, but not quality matching his talents.
No, that's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, like last year when Embiid was out, like he was trying to run the break with Eric Gordon.
Yeah, and he's not a one-man, he's not Ja. He's not going to just posterize people left and right to get to the hoop.
Right, that's why he dishes it, and he's averaging around 8 assists a game this year.
Yeah, 9 last night. Great.
Which is really good, and that's why he's 5th, tied for 5th in NBA odds for MVP. It's nice to see. Because that could add a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe.
No, there is light at the end of this tunnel.
Well, as Connor said earlier, he found the goggles.
There's light in the middle of the tunnel.
But no, how about this? So there's light at the end of the tunnel, but unfortunately, they just sort of keep doubling down on thinking that, what's the thing? Oh, well, if Embiid's healthy, look, you keep doubling down on a process that's not happening.
Crazy thing is, not that anybody really wants to look at the standings, 15 games in.
Yeah, let's not.
2 through 11 are all on top of each other. You have the Pistons who are 13-2. They've won 11 straight games. And then the Raptors are 10-5. Knicks are 9-5. Cavs are 10-6. Heat are 9-6. Sixers 9-6. Bulls 8-6. Hawks 9-7. Magic 9-7. Celtics 8-7. Bucks 8-8.
That's why I say don't fool yourself into what you think.
But you hope that they could still be that top 4 seed, and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Sixers are one of the few teams in there, though, that has projectable they're going to get better.
Yes, as long as they're healthy.
Wow.
Why are you projecting that?
Because they're a team that's they're figuring some stuff out. Like, the Pistons ran back essentially the same team that they had last year. They are what they are. The Cavs have largely the same team. Like, the Knicks have largely the same team. The Sixers are projectable as they'll figure stuff out that they haven't done before. Whereas I don't see that with the other teams.
Okay. We'll see how it plays out. You're listening to 97.5 The Fanatic, WPEN, HD1, Burlington, Philadelphia. A Beasley Media Group station broadcasting live from the Comcast Business Studio, powering possibilities. We all know that this defense is going to be very good, and that will carry into the playoffs, right? We don't think that the last 2 weeks have been a fluke for the Eagles' defense. We think this defense will carry into January and hopefully as far as February. But the Eagles' offense has not shown you that they can carry what they have done deep into January and into February. They've played good defenses in the Lions and the Packers. They played in tough weather in the Lions and Packers. The wind against the Lions, the cold temperatures against the Packers. All of that nonsense goes out the window Sunday when they play an opponent that does not have as good of a defense. They play indoors. They play on turf. They should be able to move faster. Maybe there should be more separation for some wide receivers who can't keep their mouths shut.
You're sounding sarcastic here.
John, all I'm saying is there are no more excuses for the Eagles offense this Sunday against the Dallas Cowboys. No more excuses for Kevin Patullo. No more excuses for Jalen Hurts. No more excuses for Nick Sirianni or any of the players. The only excuse that you could possibly give, and I know it's a big one, is how it looks without Lane Johnson. But other than that,
really,
there is no excuses for the Eagles offense against this Cowboys team. Good morning.
I got to tell you, the Eagles offense, yeah, you're right. There should be no excuses, except this offensive line is rather shaky. I mean, is that not the straw that stirs the drink?
Big part
for the
of
Eagles,
it, obviously.
In the Eagles' history, their offense has been because of their dominant offensive line. I don't see a dominant offensive line for them this year, which has then caused the running game to not be as dominant, the passing game not to be as dominant. I don't know. I think that there's a difference between excuses and reasons. I think there are reasons that you could still see this offense struggle enough, but again, I'm confident that they can win a football game and that they will win a football game.
And they better look good doing it. They have to, John, because here's why.
They have to look good. What is looking good? What are you putting on that? It has to be this smooth, sleek-looking win at Dallas?
When 8 o'clock hits or 7:45, whatever time hits and the game's over, I want to be able to say, oh, man, that was better. I'm excited to go into work Monday and talk about it and not worry about drama. Like, that's what I want to see.
Okay.
Because here's why.
That's not unreasonable.
This has nothing to do with me. All right? This has nothing to do with you guys. It has nothing to do with any Eagles fan that's worried about the offense. This, once again, has everything to do with number 11. Everything to do with number 11.
Just like he likes it.
Because if the Eagles have another poor offensive performance, if you think the drama has been annoying or bad, or you can't ignore it over the last 2 weeks, do you think it's going to get any better if they go up against a lesser opponent in the Dallas Cowboys, a defense that is not what Detroit has or what Green Bay has? And if the offense does not look good again, if you think the drama that has come out because of whispers down the lane, or in this case yesterday, just straight up A.J. Brown speaking, do you think it's going to get any better if they don't look good on Sunday?
No, it's not going to get any better. It's not going to get any better as long as this organization is being held hostage by the childish antics of A.J. Brown. It's not going to get any better. Look, the performance on the field can get better.
Absolutely can.
And that's something that we require.
Yeah.
Like, it's absolutely required. But the chemistry, the energy, the positivity, it's not going to be there as long as you have a dark cloud that is continuing to impose whatever break he's having of he's just going to be disruptive and make himself every bit the obstacle that this organization doesn't need. I don't think it's ever going to look good enough because I don't think people are all rowing the canoe in the same direction.
Yesterday, A.J. Brown spoke to the media. So he once again had the media scrum around him, and there was a lot of things that they got into. And I will tell you later on the show, there was like 2 things that I did like. But that's not going to be the story. Because when there's already drama and you add to the drama, that's what's going to be the story. This is when I get frustrated with sometimes people on social media or on our YouTube chat about, oh, you guys make a big deal out of this. And, oh, my God, can you not just talk about the upcoming game? He doesn't allow us to.
He's the one doing this.
And this isn't reports by Diana Rossini that everybody hates for whatever reason. This is A.J. Brown outside of his locker yesterday being asked about the report that there are people upset with Jalen Hurts, and this was his answer.
AJ, there was a report that there was some frustration from players on offense with Jalen Hurts.
Ask me about Dallas. Thank you.
He could have squashed it. He could have lied.
Well, he doesn't have to lie.
He could just say, I don't know. You're Mr. Press Conference. You're very good.
Here's a simple thing is I would say here's A.J. Brown. You want a simple answer? Reports? Who said that? And the minute whoever's asking goes, well, there are unconfirmed reports or everything. Oh, okay. No, I'm not talking about unconfirmed reports.
And by the way,
let's talk about the game.
By the way, that's what Nick Sirianni did on Wednesday.
Right.
And was there a follow-up question?
No, because
he shut
once
it down.
you shut it down, it's done. But that wasn't A.J. Brown's agenda yesterday.
Ask me about Dallas is basically saying next question, right? Like, and whenever you want to ignore these questions, especially when you've kind of been the epicenter of this drama.
No,
right?
he is the epicenter of the drama.
Like, if, let's say, it was Devontae Smith, And they were like, hey, the reports. And he said something about, ask me about Dallas. You'd probably go, all right, like, he hasn't been the epicenter. The epicenter of the drama has been A.J. Brown. And when he had every opportunity to try to squash it or put a little bit of water on the flame instead of adding a little bit of fuel to the flame, he doesn't do it. He had every opportunity. And before anyone says he just wants to talk about the Cowboys.
Yeah, guess what?
I'm going to tell you right now, later on in the show, when we play more clips from A.J. Brown, he felt very comfortable speaking about multiple other topics that did not involve the Dallas Cowboys.
And I can tell you that just doing the deep dive yesterday of all the social media interactions and press clips that he has had since this entire drama began, there's an interesting trend. I'll share that with you a little later.
All right. Well,
interesting trend.
I'm looking forward to hearing this trend.
Because he is a problem. He's a problem.
Yeah.
He's flat out a problem. And if I hear one more person go, well, AJ has struggled with mental health in his life. Well, the NFL does a better job than anybody on helping people that have mental health struggles. So get some freaking help. Honestly, get some help then.
Well,
you got to get help then because it's available.
It's not that easy. I will continue to say.
Well, if you're continuing to, if you cannot understand that he is disrupting an entire group effort, and he is disrupting all people trying to do something that is their career pursuit, which is, by the way, his career pursuit, then you got to take responsibility. He's a grown man with a family and everything. He understands. This is becoming. He knows this is a problem. He knows what he's doing, and he's doing it with a purpose. He's doing it with a purpose.
Correct.
And we have to stop making it that, well, poor AJ,
no.
he may be, no, there's no poor AJ here. He's destroying. He's trying to destroy from within. That's what's happening.
All I know is he could have ended a lot of this yesterday by just squashing it, and he could have. And I already see on our YouTube chat, Renee, one of our great Eagles fans.
Love you, Renee.
He did say, ask me about Dallas. And so I will play you some clips at the bottom of this hour because there were questions not Dallas related.
And he answered them.
That he felt very comfortable answering.
Yeah.
So all he had to do yesterday was try to find a way to squash it instead of basically saying next question.
And then he also decided to throw rocks.
Do you believe Sunday will be the right step to quieting some of this drama? By that, I mean we have a good offensive performance against the Dallas Cowboys for a change. Or do you think we've reached a point of no return where the season's over and you know that A.J. Brown's not on the Eagles after this year? You can text and call in 610-632-0975. Now, coming up next, I can't spend my entire Friday angry or annoyed. I need a little sunshine, and we got that last night. 2-0 and a 50-piece. It's Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic. You want
part of the job.
You want to come take out your vitriol on us? Hey, we're here for you.
So it's in other words, it's that we're the ones creating this.
Oh yeah.
Oh no. Well,
and
so
we're adding to it.
So we handed AJ Brown the talking points where he.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Same with Brandon Graham.
Good. I'm just trying to check on the logic. That makes
That's okay.
That makes so much sense.
If that makes people feel better,
makes a lot of sense.
I'm all for it.
Protect and serve. The radio host creed.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so I don't know what it's about. I honestly don't know what it's about that there's such a desire to just be like, yeah, it's not the player.
Well, they're 8
it's
and 2.
the player.
They're 8 and 2, and that's what people care about.
So do we. And we make that point all the time.
Yes,
they're
do.
like that. But I can promise you this. Here's what the people don't get that have that opinion. His teammates are exhausted by it.
Yeah.
They're exhausted having to deal with this. And they're not. And by the way, they're not blaming us for talking about it as much as they know where it's coming from.
So I have a question for our YouTube chat, because obviously that's where I saw that we're the punching bag. That's fine. I want a legitimate response. All right, no, it doesn't have to always be like screw you guys. There is a chance where AJ Brown is not on the Eagles after this year, right?
I think it's likely. I think it's highly likely.
There is a legitimate chance that he is not on the team after this season, and it's a change of scenery for both parties.
Yeah.
What will we be saying when that happens? If that happens, I understand I'm playing make-believe land right now, because as of right now, he's a member of the Philadelphia Eagles, and I really freaking hope that everybody gets their act together, because I still think he's a very great player of the Philadelphia Eagles. What do you mean what we're going to say? Like, are we going to say all of this was nonsense?
He ran himself out of town. He created this. No one else is creating this. No coaches are calling out A.J. Brown. No teammates are calling out A.J. Brown. Right. He's created.
I just want to know.
He's created the entire thing.
Because it's not just our YouTube chat. It's a lot of people. A lot of people would rather just deflect or ignore, say, hey, it might be a problem, but they're 8 and 2, and they're fine with it. And like, if that's your opinion, hey, they are 8 and 2.
And that's fine.
That is factually correct.
That's correct.
But if he gets traded during the offseason, which could possibly happen, are we going to say that none of this was real? Or is that going to be the moment where people finally realize, oh, maybe there was something there? Because I saw on social media yesterday an Eagles fan post a video of Brandon Graham from last year saying, maybe we should have ignored this.
Of course it's what part about it's not real?
Dude,
seriously. Like what? Stop. Like just stop. It's real. It is real. You think they're doing it for Hard Knocks? Which, by the way, I can't wait
December
to see.
That'd
be pretty sick.
No. Do you think this is all made up?
They said gotcha.
Right?
After week 18, they go, we were just doing it for Hard Knocks.
This is all made up for Hard Knocks? Just stop.
By the way, Flyers-Sixers with wins last night. Flyers in overtime yesterday, 3-2 over the Blues, which was nice to see. What, 10-6-3 this year?
10-6-3.
How about that? 10-6-3.
That's nice.
And then you had the Sixers in overtime. Tyrese Maxey with 54 points last night. So great night. In Philadelphia sports yesterday. It was nice. It was nice to have a 2-0 night.
That's a really nice. That's a nice night at the ball yard.
Until the media availability happened, and then that's what we had to talk about a lot today, which is, our fault.
Yeah, it's our fault.
It's our fault. All right, Connor. I have the story that I think you'll love.
Okay.
This might be your last day.
I'm excited.
I would not be surprised if Connor moved to Australia if he is actually confident in his physical abilities. Because he talks a lot, Johnny, as you know.
He doesn't make bold proclamations. Oh, yes, he does.
I'm an athlete.
On a daily basis.
There is a new sport.
You were.
There is a new sport in Australia that just launched this week. It's called Run Nation. Now, I don't know the exact specifics of yardage or whatever metric they use. I don't know.
Okay.
From start to finish. But it is a competitive, sort of like an Oklahoma drill league.
Oh, yes.
Now, it was in Sydney yesterday or 2 days ago. Basically like an Oklahoma drill, but instead of, laying down, flipping up, and then running, you're starting on your feet.
So you're starting on your feet.
Wait, no, that's my big asset is I could get up quick.
Okay, whatever. Now we're making excuses
Fast
already.
to your feet is an important part of the
Well, first off, you're going to get
drill.
trucked by guys over there who are going to be
Yeah, they're all. I watched some of the videos.
much more physically. They're going to toss you aside like a rag doll.
You would die, I think. So it looks like there's a midfield, and you start on your own goal line. The point is to try to either knock your opponent down or reach the other goal line. However, you cannot juke. Like it has
What do you
to
mean
be.
you can't juke?
No, it
You
has
just
to
gotta run through the
contact.
guy.
So there's two strategies. There's either you go full steam ahead and you meet at the middle, or you protect your goal line. But you still have to make contact. Both parties, there is no dancing around. If you try to move out of the way, you immediately lose. Like you're out. You have to make contact with your opponent.
And no one starts from on the ground.
No.
So you start
You're standing.
You're going to standing and then a standing
they
start.
They blow a whistle, and you can either keep your feet planted and embrace the contact.
That's incredible.
But try to not let them cross the goal line. Or there are a lot of videos where they are meeting halfway because they both just went full steam ahead.
Okay, where's concussion protocol on this one?
There are no helmets. There are no pads. It's like the bare knuckle fighting. It's like the slap boxing game that started a couple years
I'll
ago.
tell you, someone's going to, like you just
die,
been crushed.
probably.
Yes.
It's Australia. They'll be fine.
Would you try it?
No, I'm out on that. I'm very, very out on that. Like
the average Australian on the street, the average American
They're calling
on the street.
it modern day jousting.
Yeah, no, screw that. The beautiful thing about the Oklahoma drill is because you start in such close proximity, it's more of wrestling than
And
it
it's
is
not
a full.
speed.
It's not a full-on collision. This is just, that's moronic.
By the way, everybody that was there that was not competing loved it. They were all liquored up.
Oh my gosh, that must be so. Oh, I'd watch that.
They're just going nuts.
They have that in K-Lot every Sunday. You can see it next weekend.
That would be fun. That'd be a lot of fun to watch.
It was the first one. It was this week. So are you gonna?
But I imagine
go
the
out to
thud?
Australia.
No, I'm chilling.
The thuds.
Oh yeah. Oh no, they were loud. That was my
that
phone.
just one of them?
That was my phone. Yeah.
I was going to say the thud you would hear. I would think you'd hear broken collarbones.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it doesn't.
I love it.
Doesn't look safe.
No.
Remotely.
Buddy, no part of that continent is safe.
Yeah, they have big spiders.
Snakes, too. I'd be chilling at the bar.
As I'm watching closely on the video, it looks like
Who's going with you because you're not invited?
there's an offense and defense. So one guy has the ball.
Oh.
Another
okay.
guy doesn't. So that's why one strategy might be to stay on the goal line. Because the guy with the ball is trying to get to the goal line.
Can you imagine the head of steam someone builds up, though?
Yeah. By the way, they're using rugby balls.
Oh, my gosh.
That's fun, though. Get a couple pints with the boys and go watch people run into each other.
All right, coming up next, we have our pick segment. Boy, do I need a bounce back. I feel like I've said that like 6 weeks in a row. It is Kincade and Salciunas on this Football Friday here on 97.5 The Fanatic. And, of course, I will be making my picks for this weekend on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. But before I even make my football picks, I have picks tonight for basketball. It is a FanDuel Friday in partnership with Valley Forge, and they're turning it up with NBA Happy Hour. You got me at happy hour. Every Friday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern, FanDuel is dropping limited time specials to get you in the zone. Boosts, bonuses, surprises, all designed to bring that Friday energy. Now, this isn't just another promo. It's your weekly pregame. NBA Happy Hour every Friday, 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern. It's only on FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Just visit FanDuel.com/Fanatic. That's FanDuel.com/Fanatic to grab your reward before the clock expires. You got to be 21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Working overtime. That's what the Flyers and Sixers were doing last night. I'm Connor Thomas, and the Sixers beat the Bucks 123-114. But yes, it took overtime to do it in Milwaukee. And Tyrese Maxey, it took 54 points from him. That's a career high. Here's what it sounded like on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Here's an inside feed to Drummond. Back out. Maxey with it on the drive. Attacks a closeout. Left-hand runner. Good. Maxey puts them up by 5. Timeout Milwaukee. And Tyrese with even 50.
It's a great call by Tom McGinnis right here on the Fanatic. The Sixers 9-6. They'll play the Heat at home on Sunday. Speaking of overtime, Flyers did it as well. They won after being down 2-0 in the first period. Travis Sanheim had the overtime winner. Flyers are 10-6-3. They'll play the Devils tomorrow at the Xfinity Mobile Arena. And the Eagles are down in Dallas on Sunday at 4:25, taking on the Cowboys. Cam Jurgens, who's dealing with a concussion, was listed as limited at practice yesterday, which is a good sign for his progress to potentially play on Sunday. Nick Sirianni meets with the media at 11:50 today. The Union continued their playoff journey. They'll play New York City Football Club Sunday night. And we've got great coverage of that as well. This update is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. Tullamore Dew. When it's game time, it's Tully time. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
So we're about to do our pick segment, Football Fridays, brought to us by Norristown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Driving to great deals at the fall sales event at Norristown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, and get wicked good deals all month long on a Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram. Visit NorristownChryslerDodge.com. All right. Tell us about the Bet Parks app, Johnny, and our standings.
I love the folks from Bet Parks.
I continue to be a bottom feeder.
You are, but you have a chance to come back. Slight chance, but you have a chance. Bet Parks is great. Check out the Bet Parks Sportsbook app. It's awesome. It's really, really easy and convenient to use, and we love Bet Parks for sponsoring our pick segment every week. I'm in first, 28-16 against the spread, 64%. Connor is in second, 23-21. You just keep sitting there.
I live in that zone, baby.
52%, not even covering the VIG, though. 52%. And Andrew is at 20-24, back down to 4 games under 500, 45%. But I sense a big week coming for Andrew. I don't know why.
It's very nice of you.
All right, here we go. We got football music for this or not? There we go. All right, here we go. I have some uncomfortable lines that I'm going to go with, but I'm going to use them anyway. The Bears -2.5 versus the Steelers, I absolutely love. I don't believe in the Steelers. I do think it seems like Aaron Rodgers will play, but I don't like the Steelers in this spot at all. I'll take the Bears at home, 2.5-point favorites. I will lay the points with the Lions, and it's a lot of points. It's 10 on my BetParks app versus the Giants. I am adverse to laying 10 points in any game, but not in this one. Lions on a track meet at home, coming off the frustrating Sunday night. I think that they will truck the Giants on Sunday, lay the 10. I will take the Colts, +3 and the hook at the Chiefs. Some people find the line suspicious that it tells you to take the Chiefs.
Yeah.
To me, I think it tells you to take the Colts. Colts play games very, very tight. They are fundamentally sound, and I don't think the Chiefs are that good, so I'll take the Colts +3.5, even though I think the Chiefs are going to win the game. And I will take the Bucs on the road on Sunday Night Football at the Rams. They're getting 7 points. If it was 6.5, I might not take it. I don't know. If it was 6, I might not take it. I'll take it at 7. I believe in the Buccaneers, and I think they're desperate, that they need this one. And the Rams may not be on their sharpest. So I'll take the Bucs +7. Baker Mayfield, light it up for me, please.
All right, Connor.
All right, we are going to go to Kansas City, where I am taking the Indianapolis Colts +3.5 in that game. I actually like the Colts outright, but I'll take the 3.5 points.
Okay.
I just don't think Kansas City's that good. I don't have them making the playoffs, so I think Indy off a bye is a pretty good space. Shane Steichen, Nick Sirianni coaching tree. Nick Sirianni, good off of buys. Lions -10.5
You
versus
too.
the Giants.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you don't have to give 10.5.
What did you take it at?
Because it's 10. My
10
BetParks
even?
app has 10.
Screw
so
the hook.
You get to have it. You don't have to give up the hook. That's good for you.
Doesn't matter. They're winning that game by 14+. The Lions are pissed off. They should be. The Giants aren't good. They're going to win that game heavily. I'm taking the Raiders -3.5 versus the Browns because I don't have any faith in Shedeur Sanders to figure this out and play that game competitively. Maybe I'm wrong. Las Vegas isn't good, but that's an against Shedeur Sanders bet.
Okay.
And then I'm going with Bijan Robinson over 82.5 rushing yards for the Falcons playing the Saints. No Michael Penix, so I think they're going to lean on him heavy, and I think just usage is going to get him over that.
Okay.
All right.
I don't mind that one at all.
All right, let's see. How can I continue to lose? Well,
No, you're going to have a big week. I sense a big week.
You touch my picks.
One way to continue to lose is to go against John Kincade. I have the Steelers.
Wow.
+2.5.
Wow. Why? Can you explain
the
why?
Bears against some of the better defenses in the NFL have not had the same explosive plays. I wonder if that
is the
front
truth.
of Pittsburgh can make Caleb Williams feel a little uncomfortable.
Okay.
I mean, look, betting on Rodgers right now is scary, considering the wrist injury, non-throwing hands, so we'll see. But I will take the Steelers +2.5. I like another dog.
Who do you like?
I can't believe I'm doing it, but I'm going with Mr. You Like That!
Oh, really? Kirk Cousins?
Kirk Cousins and the Falcons, +1.5 on the road in New Orleans. The Falcons' defense has been good this year. Penix has been okay. Like, it's not like Penix was great. It's just the situation with Cousins is weird. Kirk Cousins is probably going to play for one more contract the rest of the way.
Yeah, he's been terrible, though.
So I'm going to go with Kirk Cousins.
Okay.
And the Atlanta Falcons. I'm taking risks here to try to catch up to you guys.
That's a PU game.
It is. I like the Rams. I know it's a big number. Rams, 6.5-point favorites.
No, 7. Well, you can take.
I have it at 6.5.
Then I can do 6.5 on mine.
Yes.
Ah.
Are you also taking the Rams?
There's no. I'm
Did I
taking
miss
the Bucs.
that? Oh, you're taking the Bucs. I like the Rams.
I'm taking the 7 on my BetParks app.
-6.5 for the Rams.
Okay.
Bucs leaking a little bit of oil right now. I mean, look, we were wondering how long could they continue to overcome all these injuries. They've gotten beat up the last couple of weeks. It's on the road. It's in L.A. Stafford's playing like a madman. And that defense is really coming into form.
They are good.
It's kind of like the Eagles' defense. They're coming into form right now later in the season. And lastly, I will give you one prop.
What's that?
In that Browns-Raiders game that you have a pick on, Connor, what do rookie and young quarterbacks like to do when
Throw
plays?
INTs?
Well, yeah, but what else do they like to do?
Tight ends.
No. I'll give you one more.
And I have no idea what
One
you're
more
talking
guess.
about. Hand the ball off.
Tuck and run.
Oh, rushing.
His over-under is 22.5 rushing yards, Shedeur Sanders. And, oh, by the way, you don't think he's going to be feeling Max Crosby breathing down his neck at times?
Okay.
He's going to try to run. I have Shedeur Sanders over 22.5 rushing yards against the Raiders.
That's a really good – that's a good pick on your part.
Thank you. You didn't say it about the two that were going against yours.
I don't – I think it's too big a number in the Rams-Bucks. And I think the Bucks are a little bit more desperate. They lose this game. They lose this game, they could be considered in a spiral. That team spiraled out. They were right there for the
Rams
number one
could see
seed.
the Eagles win and say, we need to win this one.
When is Andrew considered in a spiral?
Well, Andrew's been in a.
No, I've kind of just been consistently.
He's been in a malaise.
Spiraling.
I like your. The Falcons game was one that intrigued me. I don't like your Rams pick, but we're against each other on the Rams and the Steelers.
Yeah.
So you can pick up two right there.
And then there's Shedeur.
I like that pick with Shedeur. That's well done on your part. I think logic in prop bets matters a lot.
Is that game watchable?
No.
Browns Raiders?
No.
I think it is.
Because the Eagles are on.
So here's.
Oh, yeah.
No,
the Eagles are on, right?
Eagles are on 25 minutes later.
Oh, so we got 25 minutes.
Well, wait, no, there's nothing worth watching there.
I will watch Shedeur's opening drive.
Wait a minute, no, but Colts Chiefs is on at the same time, right?
No, they're 1 o'clock.
Is that 1 o'clock?
It's a 1 o'clock
Oh, this
game.
is going to be a great day for football.
You're going to be zoned in on that.
Your 1 o'clock must watch is Colts Chiefs.
That's a great one.
We obviously have Eagles at 4 o'clock.
And we got Rams Bucks at night.
Rams Bucks at night.
Okay,
so
that's
you have marquee games throughout the course. It's Sunday might not be a red zone day. I think Sunday's you pick Colts Chiefs and you lock in. Obviously Eagles we lock in, and then Sunday night. Like maybe you go laptop red zone just for your fantasy purposes and any bets that you have. But are you really that intrigued by Jags Cardinals?
No, Jags Cardinals is a game that would make my eyes bleed.
Falcons Saints.
That's a big one.
Falcons Saints is terrible football.
Tyler Shuck, Kirk
Seahawks
Cousins.
Titans.
Now
Jets,
Seahawks Titans.
Ravens.
Seahawks Titans. You better keep an eye on that one because it matters to the Eagles.
That game's over in 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You think it's over in 5 minutes, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, Jets, Ravens.
Okay.
It's a lot. There's a lot of blech games.
No, there's a lot of black.
Last weekend we were spoiled.
But there's still great game to watch. Couple great. There's enough great.
Right, that's
football.
why it's not a red zone weekend. It's a
I don't
a
wanna
1
watch it.
o'clock game, 4 o'clock game, 8 o'clock.
That's
game.
perfect. One great game in each slot, and then a bunch of crap games where something funny might happen where you can see a highlight.
I got to tell you, Scott Hansen. I like the Andrew back in the day, the Andrew Siciliano red zone better than the Scott Hansen red zone. The red zone. It's part of the reason I'm not as big a fan.
I think he's just fine.
When I had to switch, he is. He's just fine. It's not an easy job.
Can I tell you right now that I don't watch for Scott Hansen?
Well, wait a minute. What are you
or
listening to then when you're seeing it?
I like the live look-ins.
Yeah, but
that's what I'm watching
but
for.
I know, but it's constantly being spoken over by
they
Scott
go
Hansen.
into broadcast.
Yeah, but he's constantly.
Sounds like somebody
speaking.
that doesn't watch Red Zone.
He speaks all the time. All the time.
Yeah, he says, "Let's go to."
No, he doesn't. He does much more than that.
I don't watch for. I could mute Red Zone and be fine.
Well, then that's what you do.
I don't watch for.
It might
Scott
be the idea to do. Might be the idea.
Coming up next, we gave our picks, but now we got to give our predictions for the Philadelphia Eagles and Dallas Cowboys game on Sunday. I have a question for you guys that we'll discuss more on post-show headlines about something we always say about the Eagles that may not ring true in its own division anymore. It's Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic. Football Friday all day today here on 97.5 The Fanatic. But coming up, 10 to 2, Middays with Marks. It is a flannel Friday.
With flannel?
Ray Dunn and Harry Mays.
The Property Brothers are in today.
Johnny Marks out today taking care of some business with the fam, so he'll be back on Monday. So it'll be Ray and Harry on this flannel Football Friday.
They're going to hang drywall and make a bookcase out of milk crates.
Yeah.
On the show today.
They look sharp.
Congrats, by the way, to my boys, Cardinal O'Hara High School, who tonight will take on North Pocono in the state semifinal game over at O'Hara. And I think that I have finally cleared the schedule that I will be able to attend.
Wow,
so I think
how
I'll
about
be
that?
driving over to see the boys play.
Do they put out the red carpet for you?
Let's just say Hall of Famers usually get treated really well.
You doing the coin toss?
I'm not doing the coin toss.
Are you in the VIP booth?
I can pretty much move wherever
What do they
on that
do
campus.
for Hall of Fame members at football games?
You can go in the booth.
One free hot dog.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think hot dogs are free.
By the way,
they're normally $2.50.
But congrats to O'Hara taking care of West last weekend, and now tonight, North Pocono, 7 o'clock.
Hell yeah, man. By the way,
Tonight.
speaking of Harry Mays, has Harry been told that an acorn made it to the building yesterday?
Because if Harry slips on it, this is just like a setup for an insurance claim.
We had a breach. We got to let him know.
I don't know why you're bringing acorns into this place, Connor.
Harry's going to tell you about a great experience he had, too, playing some golf at a very exclusive opportunity that he had that I would have gone and caddied for him to be able to do this. So we're
John
gonna hear
F.
about
Byrne
that.
in the Northeast?
No, he's going to tell you about it. Like, exclusive opportunity he had. I would have carried his bag.
Wissahickon golf
I
course?
would have carried his bag. It's not Coach Cheney's golf tour, for God's sakes.
Be nice to
Harry,
Walnut Lane.
This is
all
Harry
right?
Mays. Like, stick your pinky out.
I'm a Walnut Lane alum. Don't worry.
Alum.
Don't say walnuts. Don't say walnuts, because then Harry could slip on those, too. So you don't want that.
By the way, yes, I do still play with Hess trucks.
The Hess truck is awesome.
It's back and it's better than ever. And somebody's saying Tunis still plays. Well, hell yeah, I do, man.
Why not?
It's the lights. It's the sounds. It's fun.
Your kid, if you've ever heard us say it, your kid will love the Hess truck.
Do you think I get them for him or do you think I get them for me?
I think it's the two of you spend quality time together. That's great.
It's my turn.
That's awesome.
Back
Yeah,
off.
move over, Coop.
Back off. All right, what do we got on our text line, Connor, on this Football Friday at 610-632-0975? We've been asking the question today. Do you believe Sunday will be that step in the right direction to quiet some of the drama? And that would be by having a good day on offense and everybody being happy. And Monday morning, we can just talk about a game. Or do you believe we've reached a point of no return where regardless of how things are going, there's going to be leaks, there's going to be drama, and we're just going to have to deal with this? And for those of you who complain that we talk about it, how about you consider the source and complain about that person continuously bringing us drama?
How about if we create drama on Monday, rip us for it?
Sure.
If there was none coming out of postgame.
Right, what do we got?
Then you rip
What do we got
us.
on the text line?
We have some nervous Eagles fans for this matchup with the Cowboys.
Okay.
Larry from Glen Olden checks in and says, Dallas owns our Eagles in Dallas. Are you dismissing this when you look at this game?
Wait. Dallas owns the Eagles?
In
Well,
Dallas.
they own the backup quarterbacks
Right.
twice. I mean, like, it's not in the Jalen Hurts era. He started one game there, right? Or am I wrong? I believe he started one game
I don't know.
There's the
Gardner
Gardner
This is the
Minshew.
Gardner Minshew Christmas Eve
There
game.
was the last game of the season where they sat everybody.
when they
in
sat
20
everybody
in
and didn't
21.
play. So, I mean, like, you're taking numbers, but the numbers have to have context. I believe Hurts has played in one game that it
But
matters.
I also don't care what happened in 22-23 about
not
this
this team.
upcoming Sunday. Like, this
Yeah.
Eagles defense is playing at a level right now that is reminiscent to the team we saw win the Super Bowl last year. And so the Dallas Cowboys have to prepare for that, not for Bradley Roby.
I mean,
like
seriously.
they're preparing for Quinyon Mitchell. So I like my biggest concern out of all of it, because I think the Eagles, there's no excuse for the Eagles offense, is that the offense is sputtering through the first half, and then, people are just miserable on the field and not finishing routes, which we've been seeing. That's my biggest fear. Defensively, I'm like, look, they're going to probably give up some more points than 9 and 7 like they did the last 2 weeks because they're indoors, and the Cowboys offense is really good. Which, by the way, I have a question for you guys, and we'll
Okay.
discuss this more on post-show headlines.
Okay.
There has been a talking point that we have had for the last couple of years, and deservedly so. Like, this talking point has been real about how the Eagles have one of, if not the best wide receiver duos in the NFL. Can we still say that?
Yes. Yes.
Give me a reason why we wouldn't be able to.
Well,
Yeah,
I could say right away in division, Lamb and Pickens is playing better than Brown and
What is
Devontae.
it? What is it leading to?
Well, no, I mean, sure, it's not leading to anything.
Well, doesn't it have to lead to something to be considered a really good one?
Nah,
I
I mean,
don't think so.
Jamar and T. Higgins
Again, just
have won nothing. And they're
Okay, that's the
nasty.
difference between those stats compilation and it mattering for something.
Yeah, but I don't think Jamar's just I think Jamar's good.
Yeah,
I do too.
Right?
I think
Like,
he
I think
is.
he's
I think he also
actually just
though
good, right?
he goes the 10-cent head route, which he did.
Well, yeah, because he spit on somebody. It's
Yeah, isn't that
horrible.
crazy?
But like normally he's not spitting on people. Normally he's putting up 15.
He's an
catches-
amazing player.
Catches for
Yeah.
170 yards. I just wonder, like, even in division, can we say that anymore? That they are the better duo?
Okay.
I don't know if we can. Isn't it Lamb and Pickens at this point?
you can make an argument on both sides.
I'm telling you, Lamb and Pickens are having the better year.
Yeah.
Now,
I'll tell you that. I believe most coaches.
Like if we're talking about AJ losing a step, that's problematic.
I think
Sure.
most coaches would take the Eagles.
Yeah, like look at this. So Saquon is still a top running back in football, right? Not the top running back, but we still look at him as that guy.
Yeah.
He's 14th in the NFL in rushing yards.
I got you.
There are 13 guys, almost half the league when you look at starting running backs that are better than Saquon this year by the numbers.
What would general managers do in a draft?
He'd be one of the top five off the
yeah,
board.
absolutely.
Easily. Yeah, easily.
So, yeah,
So that's
you can
what
still
matters.
make the argument. I think there's more question about it in this moment right now than we've seen in the time that these two guys have been on the team.
By the way, some immediate response on YouTube. Mark said it'd be completely delusional to say the Eagles' wide receivers are not in the top 5 anymore, and that's coming from somebody that I think he's a Cowboys fan. So there you go. But then Neil says it's definitely Lamb and Pickens. Roots and Coffee says Pickens and Lamb the better duo. It's interesting. I just don't know. And look,
well, there's
if
a
the
reason.
offense is different, are we even having this conversation?
No.
Probably not.
No.
But the offense is so simple.
Correct.
That I even have this conversation.
It's ability versus numbers. What you think they're capable of at the base level ability of the player versus what they've shown you this year, and what do you weigh more?
Yeah, I don't believe that I think the general manager would take AJ and Devontae.
Okay. All right, what else we got on the text line?
All right, we have someone else who's a little bit nervous about the Eagles' matchup with Dallas, and they're bringing up history as well. James from Doylestown says the Eagles haven't swept the Cowboys in a season since 2011. That being said, I still feel an Eagles win by 7 points or more. Just a little nervous about the drama.
Yeah, we're all nervous about the drama. We're all tired of the drama. But our job is to talk about the drama. And the drama goes away if somebody stops causing it.
Correct.
That's why I get so frustrated.
Because this is not. If we come in Monday and A.J. Brown has been a quiet mouse after a win and everything is positive in the locker room, I assure you 100% we're not coming in starting a drama. Because the only person who can start locker room drama is somebody in the locker room. Or if it's Deshaun Jackson trying to make himself a story, trying to insert himself into a drama to say, look at me, look at me.
Right.
Which is what Deshaun Jackson did. Look at me, look at me.
Well, hopefully it
And
ends.
I'm not shocked in the least
Hopefully it ends
that's what he
Sunday.
did.
All right, so the Eagles are 3.5-point favorites on my FanDuel Sportsbook app, but it's at plus 100, so I'm sure some books have it at 3.
Where would you lean?
I lean toward the Eagles covering. I lean toward the Eagles defense being able to slow down the Cowboys offense enough, and the Eagles offense. Look, there are no excuses. I'm tired of it. They're going. The Cowboys defense may look a little bit different. They got a bit of a facelift, like you got that one time.
Yeah, my facelift was great.
But I don't think the Eagles are going to only score 17 points. They can't. They just can't. They can, but they can't.
They can.
So I will have the Eagles taking this football game a 24-20. They got a beast in Brandon Aubrey that can kick 75-yard field goals, so they'll get some points that way. I will go 24-20 Eagles, so they are barely covering.
I'll go 34-27 Eagles. I think the defense is going to give up some points to this team, and it's not going to bother me in the least as long as you come away with the division victory. But I believe the offense will light it up.
Connor, are you going to go with another scoregami this week?
I'm not, but dear God, forgive me for what I'm about to do. 27-24 Dallas.
Wow.
The Eagles just came off of 2 really big games, and it feels like a bit of a letdown spot for them. I know it's tough to have a letdown in division, but this feels like one of those look past spots potentially, or maybe you're just so caught up in what you just did. Dallas is playing really inspired football, and they need this game badly.
Well, wait.
Is this their first time picking against the Eagles this year?
Dallas is playing really inspired football.
They are.
What do you mean?
Well, the Marshawn Nealand. And then,
they played the Raiders. Like, I can't take anything.
Yeah, but just what you're hearing out of that team feels a lot more focused than what you heard.
Okay, I get you on that one.
They seem like a team that's much more motivated and focused than where the Eagles'
we had
focus
Newey
is.
on, who was like, look, a couple of these players breathing a little bit of life in.
I think Newey told you point blank, don't take the Cowboys.
He doesn't. He won't. But
he doesn't believe in them. So, hey, it's going to be I would be very wary about laying the points. I didn't lay the points in my picks on purpose.
Right,
because the 3.5 though tells me that line says more to me. Everybody take the Cowboys, and to me, I say the opposite. That line says to me take the Eagles, but I didn't have the guts to do it. So
it's all right. We don't need to have guts. We just need wins.
Hey, Davis CPA Group will take great care of you. They're awesome. Did you send your paperwork in yet?
No.
You make a donation to the American
My wife needs to
Association
get
for
new
Cancer
paperwork. Start a new
Research.
job.
Check out 975thefanatic.com/AACR. I'm living proof. Cancer research saves lives.
All right. Everybody have a great weekend. YouTube, shout to you guys as always. Everybody who's listening on the app and on the radio, we appreciate you. We'll be back at it Monday. Hopefully a drama-free week. That would be really freaking nice. I think we would all appreciate that. Everybody have a great weekend. Talk to you Monday.
Now on